time will tell.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Man, I can't trust myself. I don't even need no help. Did it by myself, I don't need no help. Tryna stack money like books on the shelf.
Hundreds in the bag, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hot sun in the summer on the sand. Way she's working for it, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hot sun in the summer on the sand.
Did it by myself like a selfie. Nobody try to help me. Came to the club with an island girl. I'ma take it to the crib and let me buy you pearls.
Did it by myself, no one help me, yeah. Now these bitches want a selfie. I like big gold chains, I like big gold rings. Let me take it to the crib and let me buy you things.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Did it by myself like a selfie, yeah. Nobody try to help me, yeah.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell. Big dog status, two-tone paddock.
Okay.
Stacks in the crib, I got a two-floor attic.
Got a two-floor attic, got your girl in the attic. But I'ma bring her right back, dude, don't panic, I'm savage. And nigga, if it's beef, we can manage.
I know a couple guys who walk around with automatics. I got big dog status, I ain't playing, I ain't average. I'ma leave you in static, I'ma leave you in static.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Take note.
Tino, babe.
Yo, Tino, he'll get his dome pop. Satin blue on his whip, but he ain't no cop. Don't stop, spray up his motor till it smokes up. Cause what I bought for insurance, I have it wrote off, you joker. Suck on your mum and take note, cause the four ring up in his grill. Like grandma stove top, don't flop. Fuck up the game, like this was Roblox. Oh gunner, running this field, I'm for your walk up. Drum roll, load up a cannon and give her more shots. I put your face on a beam, now you're Zordon. Treat you like an old sketchbook, you'll get drawn on. I lead your girl from the back, I'm that raw blood. Wait, who the fuck feels they could do me something? I'll roll up in your ends with a toolie busting. 32 ugly as shit, like Miss Rooney's husband. Somebody cut me the deal, I'm just too disgusting. Niggas think they next in line, but they ain't doing nothing. Mask on, metal in hand, Freddy Krueger's coming. Tools all up in your home, I'm here to fix the plumbing. House blown, toaster run, leak gas from your oven. Diol on your girlfriend's face, and she best get to sucking. Head game resemble my dad, cause it was good for nothing. Yeah, I'm still vegan, but I'm down for beef. Niggas think they slick with a dialect, but talk is cheap. Watch your mouth, little nigga, because I roll with heat. Top said there's no returns, and I see no receipt. I put your boy in the back, like he was groceries. Riding round with the burner boy, in case I find a leak. Extendo, licking off shots until it overheats. No mask, did it barefaced, just so they know it's me. Eyes closed, chest wide open, heart surgery. Usher said just let it burn, let's make it third degree. Niggas think everything's jokes until you shoot his queen. Shot was funny as shit, it barely missed the bean. Wax on, then wax off to leave the burner clean. Then open up the Uber app to flee the murder scene. Waving a stick will make them levitate. I raise a toast in the air, let's celebrate. See a couple holding a blade, like it's wedding day. And you can leave with a slash, just like wedding cake. Bitches on snap in their snacks. Oh no you ain't, know your place. Worked up flawless, you look like bellyache. Beat my dick all off in the face, and let it detonate. All facts, just ask your mum, she'll demonstrate. Damn right babes, I'm a jerk, just let it marinate. I gave it a beat like I was Penfold. I'm some retarded head, my tongue's mental. Babes, if you died then you died, cause you was meant to. Nigga, all I do is draw, I'm a pencil. Run up on you niggas like the rent's due. Dude, screwed, if I see food, you're on the menu. Your homies have to find the Dragon Balls to resurrect you. Fuck it, you niggas can all hate. I'm better than all of you niggas I don't rate. If your girl's fit, 4 plus 4, she'll get 8. I'm a chiropractor back, just setting them all straight. Scorps, take note.
Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for a special edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, unscheduled. But I thought it was only right with everything that was going on with Liverpool, obviously after losing to Manchester United, losing 3 games before that as well. The inquest need to find out what's going on. So rather than just me be on here and shout United fans and start trolling and running jokes, etc., it's like, nah. I actually want to hear from Liverpool fans themselves, people. So I had to, short notice, put a fantastic panel together and Ram. Let me get that in there. Fantastic panel and Ram together, people, for this and for you lot as well, because I'm sure, like me, you lot have a plethora of questions. But before I bring the panel on, make sure you run up the likes, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that. Hit that like button on the video. Make sure you share this out across all the socials as well. And yes, it's flawless at Sarcasm City TV. At Sarcasm City TV. Yes, it's flawless on Twitter and Instagram. And just as important, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. And actually, got someone making their debut on the channel as well. Should have brought him on out earlier. I wish it was in better circumstances, but guarantee you this is debut and his performances on here will be better than Isak and Verts combined. But we're going to keep it moving, people. So we got G in the building. Stroll's in the cut. Rams here. I'm making this debut as well. Man, like Errol's in the building. What you man telling me, man? What's going on?
Blessings, man. Blessings. Big
blessings, Errol, man. Blessings, G. Good.
See, there we go with the slick shit. Like, this is what I'm talking about.
What slick shit? Let me change that. Outside of football, is everybody good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't like you being this happy, though. I'm saying I don't really feeling the way you're this happy.
I don't appreciate the shade as well, man. What the hell?
Nah, that wasn't shade. You know what I'm saying? That was direct. You know what I'm saying? There's no shade. I was direct. Direct.
Flawless is the most 2.0 gaslighter in human history. He will make you think he's not throwing shade when all he does is throw little slips that, like, bro, I've known you for years. You think I ain't new to this?
I know you ain't new to this. This is why you slandering my name for all these years. It's terrible. Well, big up to everyone in the chat. I see all of you lot. So big up to everyone in the chat. First tune was Jody and Jay North. Island Girl, it's called. I dropped the link in the chat in a second. The second one was my bro Scorps.
That's the best I've heard Scorps in a long time. Actually, probably ever.
That tune's years old. He didn't release it, didn't do a video for it, nothing. I've just had it. So I was like, I'm just throwing this on because I like the tune that much. It was a banger. So I was like, fuck it. Just run it. Bodied that. Absolutely bodied it. But Stro, we'll start with you because we ain't smoking a minute, actually. Oh, do you want me to start with you? Why do you look so uncomfortable, man? What's wrong?
Nah, bro, you know me. I'm never uncomfortable. I'm comfortable everywhere, anywhere.
Forget let's start with the game yesterday then. We'll start with the actual game yesterday. Thoughts on that and like what's going on? 2 questions in one. Thoughts on the actual game and what's going wrong for Liverpool and Anslot.
Right. So thoughts on the game yesterday. First and foremost, I thought United deserved the win. Let's just get that out instantly. I feel like it's a frustrating situation for me at the minute with us because one, it feels like, and understandably, when a squad goes through that much overhaul and that much change, I feel like Slot doesn't know his best 11 at the minute, and you can tell by some of the decisions that he's making. And you can tell that what he's trying to do at times in games is trying to go back to what he had last season. But there's large pieces of that isn't there, which it's not working and it's disjointed. I thought Cunha yesterday was probably the best player on the pitch, which really, really annoyed me because he's a player when he came to us at Wolves last season, he was probably the best player on the pitch that day as well. We just look soft in certain areas. We don't look like the same team as last year in terms of one. I've got my favourites for this, but one in terms of we just look so emotional in certain things, and we just look so easy to play through and carve open. It's frustrating because when you look at us last season, we were cool, calm, collected. We were ice cold. I felt like we could keep a clean sheet any game against anyone. I felt like we were strong all over the pitch, whereas that was a complete carbon copy. This felt like, it just wasn't good yesterday at all.
No, that's first. G, what are you saying in regards to the game yesterday?
It was one of those games that I don't know, like I wouldn't say United deserved it though. Like I don't know if I feel like they deserved it. but then I don't feel like it's almost like a draw would have been fine. Like had it ended the draw, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, like United had chances and they should really have been putting them maybe a couple of those away. Liverpool had chances, Gakpo obviously hitting the post, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, the game was the game, bro. But it didn't surprise me that we lost though. Like I didn't look at it, oh my god, like we lost. Like I didn't really think of it like that. I just saw it as playing against a back three team that has a back three. We struggle, and we struggle for time. Do you know what I mean? So to lose the game, I'm like, all right, well, yeah, that's your kryptonite anyway. You feel me? So it doesn't really. I'm not looking at it like that. I'm just more like, yeah, we need to figure out a way that this isn't a kryptonite anymore. That's more what I was thinking come the end of the game, because United are not the greatest of teams, but the reality is we're not, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, we're playing against teams that they're good teams in their own right, but they're not that great. I'll keep it a buck. They're not that great of teams that we're facing, like facing a City on a 20-game run, an Arsenal on a 20-game run, a Real Madrid, whatever. We're playing against some of these teams, bro. This is your first time you've gone back to back. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm more annoyed with. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to, yeah, I'm so pissed. Yeah, we lost to Manchester United. Cool. All right. Obviously, rivalry, blah, blah, blah. But in terms of just losing the game, I was like, yeah, that doesn't really surprise me with the way that Liverpool have been going for like a year now. That like playing against a team like that, I just thought, yeah, they got a draw against us last year. Do you know what I mean? So form goes out the window in big games like this. It doesn't really matter about who's been winning, who's been losing. It's just really on the day. And so far, yeah, Liverpool have just been, yeah, they've been Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I was pissed off. But then I just thought about it and just thought, yeah, like it's been a long time coming. These defeats, like maybe not 4 in a row, but they've definitely been coming. Like we should have lost games beforehand and we didn't. So the fact that it's coming like this, it's almost like London buses. You know what I mean? You wait so long for one and 2 coming at the same time, but now we've had 4. Now you're starting to like, yo, okay, stop. It's not funny anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like we had 1, we had 2, we had 3. We're on 4 now. We need to kind of, sort it out. And it's the fact that it's United. I'm like, I don't really want to give you the back-to-back. Like anybody else, I'm like, but United, like you lot are shit. I'll be real. Like you had shit. So the fact that we let you do that is kind of embarrassing for us. So yeah, we just got to turn it around, really and true.
Yes. Errol, what are you saying about the game?
Boy, yeah, it was. I'm trying to think of ways to not repeat myself. I've been on quite a few shows since obviously the night, the full-time whistle, and it's a little bit harder. And you come out here, and obviously I want to make sure that I'm not just repeating the same thing. So one of the things that I will say is I can accept losing to a better side and a team that plays better quality football. What I struggle to accept is the self-inflicted wounds that you bring upon yourself and the embarrassing nature of how you play at home at this particular moment in time. I think Liverpool are really struggling, not only for form. I think we're struggling with our identity at this minute. We profess to be the champions because factually we are the champions, but we don't have an identity of champions at the moment. And I think that is largely, twofold. One being the amount of new blood that's been put into this side. They aren't recognised champions in a Liverpool shirt. Some of them may have done good accolades elsewhere across Europe and all the rest of it. Isak had a good season last year. Yeah, that's fine. But in Liverpool shirt, these men are not champions. So there's that. And then I think there's also the identity from Slot's perspective now of what did he want this next iteration of this Liverpool side to look, play, and resemble going forward. And he hasn't really, I think Stroh made this point earlier, was he hasn't really been able to identify what his best 11 is. And the inability to nail down what that best 11 looks like across the board at the moment is really hampering our ability to get any real consistency, any continuity, and any real baseline of performances that you say, right, there's the base, and from here on out now, this is what we build on. Because just when you think there's an opportunity to build, the results go the other way, and all of a sudden it's like, right, well, I might need to tinker with it again. I might need to drop Wirtz out, or I might need to throw Wirtz back in. I might need to drop Eketika out. I might need to get Isak playing. There's a lot of tinkering at the minute, where instead of just being last season, it was, I've got to work with what I've got. There's not a great deal of incomings that are here. Chiesa is not a viable option to force anyone's position to be unsafe, I will make it work with the players that I've got, and I will trust that group, and I will bed them in, and I will grow and develop game on game with them. This season, he's kind of went the complete opposite. It's been night and day in the amount of rotation, and I don't even think it's rotation in the typical sense of how we would normally rotate and what you'd want to be doing. You'd have your Prem team, you'd have a Champions League team, you'd blend them, you'd bring in certain subs, you'd drop them in and out. So everybody's sharing the minutes, but you're rotating with purpose. At the moment, it feels as though we're rotating purely to just try and catch a fire, catch a light of some description to say, right, this is now the base level we can build on. And I think until he's able to identify his best 11 and then also make some really difficult calls that I don't think he's had to do yet in terms of the team. There might be some personnel ones. I think some of the lads might have some opinions on that, who should stay, who should drop, who should go in the team and all the rest of it. But there are definitely big decisions that need to be made. And I think in terms of the game, I think United played a blinder because everything just went in their favour in terms of the goal coming at the time it did. I always say sometimes the early goal can kill you, but the goal actually coming at the time it did it, and now it's go right. We can start well. All of a sudden now we don't need to panic. We don't need to chase this Liverpool team to try and get anything out of them. They're going to continue to play what they normally do, and we can just try and sit back and soak up a little bit of pressure, see if we can handle it. Neville always says it. That first 15, 20 minutes at Anfield, just weather the storm. He's managed to do that with a goal advantage. I think Liverpool do come into it. I think as soon as that second half, Man United offered nothing. But Liverpool, this is where the self-inflicted injuries come from. Because in trying to throw the kitchen sink at it, you leave the back door open, and then you can't be mad that someone comes and teeps your yard. At the end of the day, do you get me? You can't be mad at that. If you've left your back door open and you've advertised it online, that you've gone on holiday, people are going to come and run through the thing. So yeah, very disappointing. And it was more the manner in which I think I'm happy to lose to a better side and a team that plays us off the park. And Crystal Palace being a prime example of that. You take your licks and you say, you know what, the better team won on the day. I don't think we can look at it and say Liverpool couldn't have won yesterday, but I don't think we can also look at it and say Man U didn't deserve to actually just take the 3 points.
Oh, blessings. Hey, big up to Hassan for the raid as well, man. Shout out everyone joining over from the raid. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Keep your questions Liverpool related, of course, if there's anything on the game, but you lot. Hey, Ram, man, over to you.
Where do I start?
Full rundown, man. We've not spoken a minute, Ram.
I would agree with the majority of what everyone said. In terms of what I saw this performance-wise was, it's a weird one because we made chances. We should have taken quite a few of them. I think there's a stat was saying that Gakpo, I think 3 of Gakpo's chances either hit the crossbar or hit the post, which again, for me, if you hit the post, it's still a shot off target. So a couple of inches towards the center of the goal, and that's a goal. But it's a weird one because there's a load of things that I have an issue with, whether it be the manager, his selections, the so-called tactics that doesn't seem to be working at the moment. But also, I feel like in the height of all the madness, feel as though the players are getting away with it as well. Because I was speaking about this yesterday. If the same sort of players are being praised for still maintaining performances, then I've got a real problem with it. So if I'm doing match ratings saying that Gravenberch was okay, Szoboszlai was okay, but the same old players are still not doing the business for me, I start to question whether it's not only a manager issue and whether the players just aren't playing at the level that's expected of them. And you could say is a lack of form. Just things aren't just going right at the moment. But overall, the game, I think, if you look at the chances that we created, probably barring the goal that we actually scored, I just still wasn't convinced. I was expecting after international break.
Have you been convinced that any performances, forget the results, have you been convinced that any 90-minute performance from Liverpool this season? Truthfully,
Not a 90 minute, but 45 minutes. So like
But
the
that's not if the expectation is still of us to be pushing and trying to be at the top of the table, 45 minutes is not enough in the best part of 11,
No,
12 games to play now,
of course, it's not. But this is where my point, the second part I was going to come through was like this is the chance to really make an imprint on this season, and say, look, international break, all of our players on international break played well. This is the time to now run it back and be like, we'll be the Liverpool that was going to challenge and win multiple trophies this season. But it didn't. So we have to look at the manager, we have to look at the players and see what the issue is, because at the moment if I feel as though I'm watching the same old thing, and if you try and do the same thing and expect different results, I mean, ain't that the first sign of madness? So I don't know, man. It's a tough one, and I think a lot of people have to be put on the chopping block, in my opinion.
Chopping block. All right, we'll get to that. Yeah, it's really chopping block.
Just on that though as well, I think there's an element of what Ram's saying there is there are some players that are struggling with the systematic instructions, and there are some players that are just purely struggling with form. But we've got two of those problems getting forced and pigeonholed into the 11 at the same time. So some of the players that are struggling to adapt to the system are then getting hung out to dry because the person behind them or backing them up or supposed to be covering in the space is just having a terrible time in form as well. So I feel like at one point something's got to give. Do you give the guys who are just purely bad on form a rest and give them a miss and set them aside? Or do you just try and revert your system or tweak the system to try and actually get simpler instructions into players that are actually playing at a decent level at the minute?
That's fair, 100%. I'm saying, oh yeah, and big up to sign the cut as well every single time. And that I was like, since Ram's here, I had to get someone of quality to represent the Asian community, but I couldn't find one. So two scrubs is better than one. But big up Simon every single time.
You see this guy flawless, yeah. You see this guy flawless.
Yes.
always with the shots.
Yes, he's the biggest one. Yes, yeah.
No, I just defend myself. You man take shots at me all the time. Don't do that. You know
what did you just do like 5 seconds ago, bro? What did you say just 5 seconds ago?
Gaslighting.
What did I say, man? It's the 2.0 gaslighter.
I ain't no gaslighting.
I'm defending myself, but yeah, I have a gun pointed to my head by Flawless. What are we doing here, man? Stop it.
Stop blaming me, But you mentioned something that's interesting. Time we'll go to G. I know you got a goal shortly as well. Ram mentioned about people being on the chopping block. Where do you stand in regards to the manager? Because I know some Liverpool fans are talking about Slot should leave. Some are Slot out. Let's just call it as it is. Some are saying he's under massive pressure and need to. Where do you stand with all of that?
The manager I would have wanted anyway is not available. So if the guy I want is not available, I'm always like, just kind of keep what you have. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that manager, who did you want? Was it Inzaghi?
No. I wanted De Zerbi or Enrique. That's okay, I like those. I like that style of football. But more importantly, the reason why I like those two managers is because everywhere they've been, there's always an imprint of what they are about, no matter where they go. I saw Marseille's first preseason game when De Zerbi came in because I was like, let me see what he's saying, blah blah blah. And they lost the game, by the way, as well. But immediately there's an imprint. Like straight off the rip, there's an imprint. I know exactly what he wants to do. Now, obviously, then you get in players, then it works itself out. They finish second in the league. I mean, that's Marseille with a team that's maybe not as great as everyone else, but whatever. But they've ended up doing that. And obviously, even watching them again this season in Champions League, again, I saw them against Real Madrid. Again, they lost that game. Fair enough, but you just look at that. It's one of those where like you look at that game and you just think, yeah, I mean, if you had Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Valverde, maybe it might be a different result, but they don't. Do you get what I mean? So it's just one of those. Now, when I look at Slot, I'm just like, the whole in and out, like at the moment, I don't really care about that at this moment. I'm just more concerned with, I need an imprint of, and I don't care what your style of play is. I actually don't care. Just have something, though. Everyone mentioned it before. Everyone's mentioned it, like identity. You just won the league. Like I'll be honest. You see when people say about the turnover we've had and all of that kind of stuff. I'll be real, I don't really care about your turnover. Do you know what I'm saying? Like top teams can do turnovers and still have an imprint. Whether it works or not, that's a whole different ballgame. But you have an imprint though. This is just like Real Madrid last season. You got bare ballers in the team. A lot of good players. We'd all talk about Wirtz was the best this and Isak blind lost. All that's great. But I'm not seeing any of that right now. And I don't understand, regardless of the amount of turnover, I don't get why you don't even have an imprint though. That's the bit that's confusing me. Like, surely you had this plan. Whether it works is, like Errol said, whether you've got like some people out of form, some people don't get, that's fine. That's like, I expect that because you've got so many new players. But I don't know what you're even trying to do. Like Kirkes, are you a left-sided centre back? Are you a flying fullback? Do you like, is Gakpo not allowed to pass to you in moments? Like, I don't know. Like Isak, like, are you gonna play with the rest of the team, or do you just stay there? If so, are we gonna make chances for him? Because we're not doing that at this moment in time. Like Wirtz, are you an attacking midfielder, or are you just the guy who runs everywhere? Like, there needs to be some form of identity to at least allow the team to be able to develop. At the moment, there is nothing. So the team, I just feel like, is just being, as you said, or as I think as Errol said, is where everyone's just been put together. Cool. Yeah, you're trying to find something that clicks at some point in time. That's fine. But what is the structure in order for them to even click? You can't click. I don't care who you are. I've seen Real Madrid with Figo, David Beckham. They don't click because there's no structure. There's no identity with the team. So you're just asking a bunch of ballers to play together. This ain't Brazil 2002. You know what I mean? We can't get these guys to jump on the pitch and you've got Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Kaká. It don't work like that. We don't have it's not that type.
Slot's confused, bro. Slot's confused, and one of the clearest points of evidence to this at the moment for me anyway is the fact that I think there was an identity, whether we've been able to implement it or not. I think there was an identity in his mind that he wanted.
I agree.
That identity that he wanted did not involve Szoboszlai playing in the midfield. I think he thought his midfield three was going to be Wirtz, McAllister, Gravenberch. He hasn't accounted for McAllister's drop of form, dropping off a cliff, and he hasn't twigged that, okay, well, the easy replacement for McAllister based on the system that we've had and the understanding of the responsibilities is Szoboszlai. Doesn't really want him to be on that left-hand side, but Szoboszlai can do a job anywhere on the pitch. I think Szoboszlai's then give him a problem based on the great form that he's had, where he's went, well, if it's a meritocracy, then the form of Szoboszlai's got to be in the team somewhere. Szoboszlai's making the team tick at the moment, so I can't take him out of the team. But he's bringing in a player based on pure form in Szoboszlai, but then ignoring the form of Ekitike, whilst Isak is now struggling in the same way McAllister's struggling in midfield. So his methodology, even if there is an identity there that he wants to go with and wants to build on, it's confused because he's making concessions for one player in form, but then dismissing another player in form that could be equally as impactful for us. So at the moment, he needs to, I don't know whether it's about as simple as stripping it back to basics, but he needs to refine and define, more importantly, what is that 11 that you want to play? If there was no injuries for the next 5 games, even if we look at this next 3-week period, Liverpool are meant to have 7 games, 3 weeks, it's 6 now. If we had the next 6 games and there was no injuries, who would be your start on 11? Pick your subs. I don't, and this is what I'm saying. This is what he needs to sit down. And I've seen Liverpool fans fuming at the moment because he went on holiday and he had a little bit of time off in the international break, and you know he's had that time off and he's not utilised that time to be working on methods to improve the team. And he comes back and, as Ram says, he's doing the insane thing by playing a team that's already been beat, twice on the run in a respect. I just think at this moment in time, he doesn't know what that best 11 looks like, and he isn't prepared to roll the dice and stake a claim by saying, I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to stick to my guns, because he's done it with Kirkes. I think Kirkes would have been very easily dropped for Robertson, even if Robertson's not playing great form. The continuity defensively, that was a defensive winning back line. If you drop Trent out, that's only one position. Obviously, you can't account for Alisson's injury, but that's only one player. Play what you've been doing. Keep the same instructions. Let's work on the midfield and the attack. At the moment, we're having to work, including the goalkeeper now, because Mamadashvili's been dropped in. We're having to work in real time on every single department to try and get some level of stability and continuity. And I just think you're doing too much. He's doing too much.
But then I also think it goes to what you said before about then he's going to need to make those tough decisions about.
And this is it now. This is the tough decisions.
Like some players may have to be like people's favorite. And listen, look, we all have our favorite players. It is what it is. But I'll be honest. I've been supporting the team longer than some of these guys have been playing football. So I couldn't care less about where your feelings and whatnot. So I need you to pick a team that you, as Errol said, pick whatever. I don't care whether it's Trey and Yoni and you think he can do that job and that. Play him there, and let's just keep it for a little while because it's like when you talk about Brighton or Bournemouth or whoever. Those teams, the reason why their fans won't mind is one, the size of the club, right? They're not here to win leagues and stuff. They're just here to do as best as they possibly can. But those teams have identities. The moment the manager came in, the first game I watched of Brighton, identity. You knew, bang, I knew what it was. Bournemouth lost an entire backline, and I can still see the identity now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this
looks like Kirkers. They look the exact same. I've watched Bournemouth before. He looks like.
That's why I'm not in the conversation when people talk about. Yeah, we've had a lot of forget turnover. That's irrelevant. Turnover is turnover. That just happens in life, in business, and whatnot. Let's see an identity first. Let's see what you're trying to do. And as Errol said, if this player's out of form or whatever, cool. But can you change it? Can you do something that's going to then allow for the rest of the team to be able to function? You drop Isak, and I'm like, I mean, not Isak. You drop Ekatike. I'm like, what? Our best striker so far? Like, Isak got to work his way in. I know you spent 130 million. Maybe there's pressure to play the guy, and I understand that, and I'm not privy to those kind of conversations, but you can't drop him because to me, one, it sends a wrong message because then it's kind of like, well, it doesn't really matter what you're doing because the reality is I've got to play this guy anyway and I can't really fit you in what I'm trying to do here. But he's been our best striker and he looks like he does exactly what you want, which is let me drop deep, let me get involved with play, etc., etc. Isak isn't that type of guy. Absolutely fine. But we're then not playing towards it. It's just too much. There's too many things to have to try and worry about. And I just think right now, he doesn't know what the best 11 is. And even that, I'm cool with. But you don't have the identity. And that, for me, is a no-no. I don't care who you are. I don't care what manager you are. You have to have an identity. You heard me when Klopp was here. The amount of times I cussed him.
Yeah, but Klopp threw boredom. But this is what I'm going to say. Klopp threw boredom with the identity. Klopp gave Slot a blueprint last season. This time, he's now freestyling. And his 16 bars aren't hitting. I'll be real. The 16 isn't getting a wheel up, dog. I'm telling you, man, he's flopping right now. So from my perspective, I'm looking at it and thinking, these were the questions I had last season, and you went and bought the big money striker. You got Ekatike. He just looks like he seems to be a natural fit for the club. Sometimes you just get that feeling from a player that it's just going to click and it's going to work. He seems to be that guy for us right now. We're forcing it with Isak, but if you look at it, and you deep it, I didn't know what a slot striker was last season. Because he didn't like the Jurgen strikers. And I said that a number of times, like when he gets the war chest and when he gets to get his man, it'll be interesting to see what striker he does identify, because I don't actually know which one is going to be the Donny for him. The way Firmino was Klopp's guy, and you had to understand Klopp's system to get Firmino. And right now, because we're trying to force it, I still don't know what. So it's the point that I'm trying to make is, Slot has been here for 12 months and he's yet had to identify his own. He's yet to pin down his own identity. He's been working off of a manual from somebody else, and he's tweaked it. And there was elements of flavor that he added to it, which is fine, and it worked. Right now, though, giving him the task to say, "Yo, you come and freestyle, you come and do your thing." This is where it's looking a little bit more shaky. And this is where the big decisions, the big calls, but also we're going to see the level of quality of an actual coach and manager that he actually is this season now through this level of adversity. So it's going to be an interesting test. I wish it wasn't having to be this way, but you've just got to play with the cards you've been dealt. And I think at this moment in time, Liverpool are our own biggest enemies at the minute. We're our own worst enemy right now.
Well, you out with this strong in regards to the criticism of Slot? I've seen some people heavily critical of him, more people critical of the players, some a mix of both. Where do you stand?
Well, Ram can vouch for this because before any ball was kicked in the Premier League, the Charity Shield or Community Shield, whatever it's called, I said this season's going to go two ways for Liverpool. It's going to galvanise us, or we're going to mentally crumble. And I'm yet to see us be galvanised with what happened with Jota. and I'm just going to be completely honest, right? That was my biggest worry and I mentioned it earlier. When you looked at us last season, exactly what Errol said, like it's Klopp's blueprint, but he fine-tuned little pieces and he added a bit of sprinkle of magic here and there. Then the summer happened, right? I don't think there's players that I'm looking at that just look a shell of themselves. Salah's the perfect example. I don't think some players are mentally recovered. And that's just me throwing it out there. You can just, when you watch Salah at the end of the Bournemouth game, he stood in front of the cop and he's crying. Like, Salah's not the same player. We've watched football for long enough. I played football, coached football for long enough. We've all been involved in football for long enough. There is no way on God's green earth, regardless of age, what Salah did last season has this much of a dramatic fall off out of absolutely nowhere. The one thing Salah had, regardless whether people were saying his legs were starting to go, was his mentality was through the roof. He does not look the same mentally this season. He's not the same. And then when you sprinkle that, and I know what G's saying in terms of you just got to get on with it, then you sprinkle the depth of the squad in terms of the recruitment and the players that are leaving and the players that are coming in, and then they're still trying to recover from that. And then there's so many players that are out of form. This is where now he's paid the big bucks. He is the manager of Liverpool. I need more from you right now, because you can see what's going on in the actual training centre. You know that some players aren't on it for obvious reasons. You know that some players are out of form. Yes, I understand that Isak comes with a massive price tag, but he's had 0 pre-season. So why are you trying to force a situation that isn't there a couple months into the season when he's had 0 pre-season? He needs to get used to the attacking patterns. He needs to try and, through training, not on a fucking match day where we need points and we need to start climbing up the league and we need to start putting pressure on teams that are ahead of us. You do that in training. You form the patterns in training. This isn't the time. Ekitike has hit the ground running. So why not put a bit of pressure on Isak and keep playing Ekitike, who's been our most informed attacker, barring Gakpo? Play him. And then you can tell that you can see exactly what he was thinking in his head. And Errol is 100% spot on with regards to his midfield 3 was Wirtz in the 10, right? So if that's going to be what you want to do, I am more than comfortable with you playing Szoboszlai right back.
Just one second. G, I know you gotta go. Big up, shout out your channel quick, man, before you leave quickly.
Big up everyone, man. Big up. GTV football, man. Go check it out. Yeah, man. Smash a like, man. Smash a like
every
on,
time.
Loads of video, and yeah, no, we'll be back, but we're not going to be back under this circumstance. I'm just letting you know, like the next time I'm back on here, where Liverpool have won the last 10 games in a row, and you know what I mean? We're all smiling. But yeah, no, big up to everyone. Big up.
Blessing, you lot, make sure you subscribe to GTV, man. What do you lot add it in the chat?
I've just followed that one on the Twitter.
Yeah, GTV football people, go subscribe to my guy G, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a few people alongside Errol here with class on the stream. So big up. Go on, Stroke. Carry on as you were.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like Errol's 100% spot on with the midfield 3 that he wanted to play. I'm more than comfortable playing Szoboszlai at right back, because what Szoboszlai offers is what Trent offered to some capacity last season. He's going to play inverted. He's also got the ability to go and play on the outside. He's got the range of passing where he can ping it 50, 60 yards to switch the ball if needs be. Stick with Wirtz in the 10. And look, I know rivals are going to run banter, especially you, because you just love trying to make these fucking sarcastic comments left, right, and centre. I know what you like, right? But when you look at Wirtz this season, just wait. When you look at Wirtz this season specifically, if this is Salah last season, Wirtz is on 6-7 assists, and we're not even having this conversation about Wirtz. The problem is what's going on in and around him, and the problem is how are you met as a player that is just moved countries, just moved to a brand new league, which is more physical, and you can tell it caught him out in the first couple of games. How are you meant to get into any form of rhythm? How are you meant to get into any run of form when you're being swapped and changed constantly? The price tag will at some point start to carry a lot of weight on his shoulders. So just let him play and just let him get used to it. Like, he's a good enough player. You see it in spells, but the problem is you're dropping him in big games for players that are completely out of form and are offering nothing. Wirtz, when he came on yesterday, he offered, like, everyone, when he played in the 2, I was thinking, oh, this could go one of 2 ways. But he started to dictate and he started to pull things and he started to make things tick and work. And I'm like, and then you bring Ekatike into it. Them two were the ones, especially in the Crystal Palace game, looked like they started to form some kind of relationship. So why not build on that and just build in and around it? This is my frustration with us at the minute, is he doesn't know he's 11. You can clearly tell he's feeling the pressure of having to play Isak because of the price tag for whatever reason, whether that's internal, external noise, whatever that is.
You think that's wrong with him, or you think he should ignore that? Do you think he should play?
Ignore it. Ignore it. You're Liverpool
it.
manager. You make the decisions. You're paid to make the decisions. You
My
won
thing
the
is,
title last season.
My thing, that's it. He's got the credit in the bank. If Slot wanted to make the big call and turn around and say, Isak, hold bench for a month, if we was getting the results on the pitch, Liverpool, because, and I said it like, wait, even though we went and signed him and I was made up at the time we signed him, I said he was like a luxury player. We're not accustomed to it. So for me, it's like, that feels like a luxury type of player that we have. In the same way now, Isak is luxury because we've got a 70M striker doing the job. The fact that we've got a £130 million striker waiting in the wings to come in hot, that's what he needs to be able to do, come in hot. Right now, we're putting him in when he's in the cold and he's absolutely stinking. And we're leaving a guy that is like doing this thing out in the... It's a weird set of circumstances that we seem to find ourselves in, but we're compiling the issues because we're scoring own goals, far too many own goals where we didn't need wholesale surgery, a little bit of continuity defensively. Robbo's not great, and I'm not saying that he's got a whole season left in him at the top level, but a bed in him phase through the winter, a Robbo coming back off a pre-season, give him 50 to 60 minutes every game, get Kerkez on, let that be the little bit of rotation, let that be a little bit of, right, we're just trying to phase our way through, and let Kerkez do and build on his game. We know what you're good at. So when you get your opportunities, the instructions are to continue doing what you do well. As you learn and develop, we will start to tweak and see if we can get other things out of you. But we will manage those opportunities. Right now, we're throwing him in the deep end. I think it might have been Ram that said it. You know, we're playing him and he's meant to be like a left centre half. And he's never been that guy. He's never been that guy for Bournemouth. And there's, as I say, every single department from the back to the front at this moment, he's trying to work with in real time, and he's trying to do more than tweak. Last year, it was just tweaks. This year, it feels like he's trying to do, big wholesale surgery, and I just don't think it's the right move for us at this moment.
No, he's trying to do too much, and this is the problem. Like, yes, you've gone and bought your players, fine, but not every player needs to start minute one. Some people are going to have to get used to the system that you play. Some people are going to have to get used to the players and the patterns and the relationships on the pitch. Like, you can't force that. That's done in the training and on the training field. And when you look at it specifically, like, I go back to this example, and this is why I hold Klopp in such high regard. Look at what he did with Oxlade-Chamberlain. He didn't throw him in at the deep end instantly. And before he got injured, that spell for the Manchester City game, for the Champions League, that was the best Oxlade-Chamberlain for a number of years. Why? Because he wasn't thrown into the deep end because of his injuries and because of his fitness issues. He got used to the system. This is what you're going to have to do in the big games. This is how you're going to have to defend off the ball, because Klopp openly spoke about it in terms of, I need Oxlade-Chamberlain to do this if he's going to start in my team. And then when he was finally let loose in the team, he was one of the best players on the pitch. And he, against City, especially in that Champions League, he was fucking unplayable. And then I think it was it the Roma game where he'd done his knee at home?
Yeah.
He was one of the best players on the pitch there. But this is the perfect example of, you do not have to throw players in at the deep end minute one. Isak should be nowhere near this 11 until you show to me when you come off the bench and you bag and you look like Isak from last season, then fine. But you don't look like that because you've not had a pre-season. You've been training in Sociedad. You've had issues where you've not played any minutes until you came to us. I don't care if you've just gone and played 90 minutes for Sweden. It's not the same intensity. No one, that is not going to make me think we've got Isak, this is the form that he's going to be in now. It's not. Play Ekatike. Isak needs to work hard to get back into the team. Play Verts. Build the team around what you want to do, and slowly, don't make 4, 5, 6 changes. And I'm sorry, take the leash off fucking Kerkez. The whole reason we bought Kerkez was because we wanted, and you could see what he was thinking with Frimpong, with Kerkez, was the Trent and Robertson, 2018, 2019. So if that's going to be the blueprint, let them do it. Mm-hmm. If it's going to have to go back to the Klopp of 2018-19, where we're going to be involved in 4-2 games, 5-1, like, bit high scoring games until we start to tweak certain things around it. At least we're winning games at that point. But stop making so many changes. Just go with an 11 and try and stick with it. This is the biggest problem for me. You knew his 11 last season, every single game. There might be the odd tweak here and there, depending on slight rotation and trying to get people minutes. I have no idea what his 11 is. I've got no idea what he's thinking. And that's a problem for a club the size of Liverpool, especially when we're champions. It's not good enough.
That's fair. What are you saying about his side in regard? Obviously, we talk quite often in regards to this. Well, about the slot out, because this was a game you were saying, hey, we must not lose this. And you lost it. So talk to us.
It's not surprise for me. I say to you this time, it's not surprise for me. From the start of the season, same things happen. Same. It doesn't change. From pre-season onwards, there is no change. Everything I predicted, it's going that way. See, for me, the basics of the football was I want to see what my team want to do. What they want to do on the ball or off the ball. These players in this midfield or in this attack or in this defense, they don't know what to do on the ball and off the ball. That is my biggest worry. And I said here in the last 2 to 3 weeks, this football is looking like a 10-hour football for me. There is only one midfielder in that, Gravenberch. For me, this football is looking like a 10-hour football. And it's looking more worse.
It is very tough.
And one more thing, and this is all not surprise. And be ruthless. Why are you stubborn? Why are you starting McAllister? There is no point there is no guarantee that he will perform. He is not performing well. Why can't you start Curtis Jones? He's doing well. See, when Curtis Jones came against United, he's one of our best players. See, don't get carried away with our second. Don't get carried away with our second half performance against it, because United given the ball away so many times because of Bruno. We got ball easy because of Bruno. Don't get carried away with the second half performance. For me, there are a lot of issues that he's not taking care of. He's making mistakes. He have to rectify it. See, yes, Salah is a great player. He's done very well for us. Take him off. He's 33. Take him off. No problem. Put Frimpong. See, Frimpong created one of the best runs for us. Gakpo has to score. See, and in this play, I don't understand. Yeah, you want to take off Isak. See, Ekatike won't stay in the box. If the chance of Gakpo went to Isak is score. If you want to cross, if you want to play like that, put Frimpong and Isak together. The substitutions was wrong yesterday. See, yesterday's performance was against United was Hail Mary. In second half, it is Hail Mary. There is no tactics. All attacking players are on the pitch. He's going for it. And if United can finish the chances, they will finish.
Audio's gone, Ty. Audio's gone low. Go on.
You can hear me for this now, right? See, for me, and one more thing. Gravenberch is not a creator for us. He's a DM. Use him as a DM. Don't use him as a 10. Use him as a DM for now. And use Dom as a double pivot. You are defensively weak. And use double pivot. I said so many times, go a little bit defensive. No problem with that. Then we can have freedom for our attack. Then it will open freedom for words. It will open freedom for Ekatike. It will open for freedom for Salah. Yes, Salah is dropping form, but he can see. I have never seen Salah finish like that. In his 8 years of Liverpool tenure, yesterday's against United, the finishing was awful, absolutely diabolical.
Can I ask?
Don't.
Go on, ask him.
No. Let you finish, bro. I don't mean to cut you. Sorry.
For me, don't change too much. Just go with basics. I said this. Don't do FIFA stuff. Just stick to the basics. If you want to change things, change from one end. Change for defense, then midfield, then attack. Don't do wholesale changes at once. People doesn't know the movements. See, Words and Isak didn't play well. Words and Ekatike don't know how to connect. Words and Salah have to connect. See, yesterday Salah had a chance to pass the ball to Words. He didn't. And don't be selfish like that. Don't be greedy.
You freeze.
He's making his own mistake flawless. If he makes like that, we won't win the games. For me, this is not a surprise. It has been coming. I'm seeing same mistakes again.
You've been saying this from the very, very start. Literally from preseason, you were saying this. Go on, Errol. So, who's going to say?
Joe, I think it's like, as men, we know there'll be a pretty thing there, and you might say she's a 8, 9, whatever it is. You know what she's on. She's a pretty forces language. But she wants to go and get work done. So she wants to go get her lips done. She gets some filler. And you think, all right, that was all she needed. And she still looks nice. And it still looks natural. And you can see what she's trying to work with. She didn't have the money to go and get the BBL. She didn't have the money to go and get the breast lift and all the rest of it. We got the money. So we did everything. We went to factory reset settings. And all of a sudden now, we look like a blow-up doll that is all out of proportions and looks fake as fuck. And nobody's turning their head to look twice at it. And that's where we're currently at. So we've deformed ourselves. But one of the things that I was going to ask the lads, I don't know whether it's just me seeing it like this or if there's a way that you lads might see it working. Ronaldo and Messi had to tweak their games, and I'm not saying Salah sits at the same table as those, but in terms of Liverpool and what he's done for the Premier, he's a top don. He's up there. If Liverpool was to change to a diamond and get the fullbacks to be the type of fullbacks that we originally...
Oh, Errol.
Flawless.
No,
Sorry,
no.
Sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off. This is a predicted flawless. What I said in Donzi and Vikram asked me, I said, go diamond, see in the midfield, Words, Ekatike, and Isak. Use Frimpong and Kirkes. I said that. Use Frimpong and Kirkes. Frimpong main strength was up and down. He's not Trent, but he's not rubbish. And people don't tell me he's rubbish at defense because I have not seen play 90 minutes of football for Liverpool.
Connection's gonna get a little bit side. Audio side. You just went low. It's still low. Jump out, jump back in. Your audio's still low. Yeah. But back to it. Rab, go on. It's still low. Jump out, jump back in. It's still low. Yeah. It's all good. Part of that. Ram, the diamond that Errol mentioned, or just the change of formation. Where do you stand with that?
Let me just finish.
Yeah, I'll let you finish.
So, because the point that I was going to make was, I think it could work on paper with Isak, Ekatike, and with Verts behind them, and then obviously trying to use the fullbacks. But do you think there's a moment where you could say, Salah, when you come on, we're not going to revert to the front three. You're going to actually go more central and try and get more opportunities through the middle, and we're going to try and tweak what you do. Because the reason I say that, Ram, is Salah's not being asked to defensively. He's not being asked to have the responsibility to defend and go backwards. You can afford to leave him as the one if there's two up top. Does that make sense?
There's I was saying Errol, because great minds think alike. That's the old saying, isn't it? But my thing with the diamond, I don't want to see Ekatike and Isak up front.
Okay.
I want to see Ekatike and Chiesa up front together, because I
have to stop you there though. Chiesa, and it might work in a one-off game, but Chiesa is just not robust enough to do the extensive amount of minutes that's going to be required as a forward for Liverpool. As much as fans have really jumped on this hype wagon, and he's got good GA out of the sparing minutes that he's got, that's because that's all he can give us. I promise you, he is not capable of doing 2 90-minute games a week back to back at this moment. I don't know why, and I don't know what's happened to him, but he's just not at the races when it comes to that metric alone. Everything else, I completely agree with. Quality, he could do it. Positionally, he could do it. Just don't think he's got it in his legs.
The way how I would want this Liverpool team to set up, it would require him not to do as much running, because it would be very similar to what he did at Juventus post his ACL, where he just came back, where he still was expected to work hard, but he was still relatively muted at the same time. And the one thing that Ekitike has, and we saw it at Frankfurt for those that watched him, he's very robust and he's very physical, and he can get around the pitch. Now, one of his best attributes, whether it was playing next to Marmoush or being the main guy, was tracking, ball winning, trying to press as much as possible. I think right now is a little bit muted because of, I'm not sure why, maybe it's the tactics behind it. But having both Ekitike and Chiesa together, I feel like as a partnership, it may work a little bit better compared to an Isak and Ekitike partnership. And having players like Szoboszlai on the left and other players around him who could do the heavy lifting for him, like Kerkez and Szoboszlai are two of the most powerful runners in the league. And those two players can be a massive help to someone like Chiesa. That's why I say it on paper, like we said, all of this is saying on paper it can work, but in reality it may be a different situation. But
let me tell you why Chiesa wouldn't work in the diamond and the two up top, right? Because the whole fundamental of the diamond when you're off the ball is to compact the midfield, and because you don't want to lose the overload in the midfield. And you don't want to just empty the midfield completely. So the problem you've got is, and this is where my management hat comes out for a second, your two strikers aren't going to be narrow defensively. They're going to go in between the centre-back and the full-back, and they're going to be wide as possible, because basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to stop the ball out to the full-backs and into the space. Basically, effectively, forcing the other team to either go long, which in the Premier League most teams won't do, or force it into the midfield where there's a massive overload.
You can set traps.
So otherwise, it just doesn't work. And what you're expecting, because the problem you've got is, and you understand what you're saying in terms of, I completely agree about Kerkez and Szoboszlai in terms of their explosiveness and they can run all day. But the problem you've got is, let's say, for example, because Chiesa is probably better off the left. I don't really see Chiesa doing the right. But then again, whatever way it would work, at some point, the press won't work exactly how you want it to. So at some point, the ball would be going out to the fullback who's got 30 yards of space to run into. You cannot at that point, because the second one of your midfielders go out, there's gaps. And then players are trying to overcompensate. And just look at what happened with McAllister and Casado as the perfect example. Because we got rid of the overloading midfield. We emptied midfield. McAllister stuck in no man's land. He goes one way and realises, shit, that's a mistake. Tried to go to Casado and it just didn't work. That's the problem with the diamond in midfield. Unless you've two split centre halves are forced to go back and cover the wide areas. Chiesa doesn't have the ability to do that in the minute. He's not robust enough. That's the problem with it. So it would have to be, if we were going to do that, Isak and Ekitike. It's the only way that system would work.
Oh, I hear that, but do you think Isak is robust enough as well?
Yeah.
At this moment, I mean, it's in short.
At this moment, absolutely not. But this is where Slot needs to. I like the idea of the diamond because I think it suits a lot of what we want to do. I wouldn't mind at the minute going Ekitike and Gakpo.
That could be.
Gakpo could work slightly towards that because naturally, defensively, they're going to have to go wide left anyway, and that's Gakpo's natural position. And then what you do is you naturally create overloads all over the pitch, especially in the wide areas because you've got Kerkez bombing on. Gakpo likes to cut in anyway because defensively he's going to be high and wide because he's splitting and he's forcing the ball to go through the middle and not out wide. So if you're going to do that, Gakpo would be the one for me. But naturally, when you think the two, you want Isak and Ekitike there. But Isak's not got the rhythm or the minute in his legs at the moment, and that's the problem.
Oh, that's fair.
Unless my voice is okay.
Yeah. That's better. Go on.
See,
I know what you're going to say.
I think panelists won't agree, but I will put Salah and Isak as a strikers. Use Frimpong as a width. Frimpong and Kerkez as a width. See, Frimpong can create, Kerkez can create. It will create. See, then we can have a good defense. We have a good midfield. Then we have a good attack, and there will be a freedom for words. And there we can bring Ekitike, Gakshit, Chiesa, or from bench, and Rio. We can use like that. For me, Salah is not a winger right now. He's not a winger for me. He can't dribble now. He's not taking his man. Put him as a striker. He can finish. One thing, Salah can finish. Put him as Isak as a partners, and Salah can
Salah this
create
season.
also. Sorry?
Salah this season can finish.
But I think the point
in
Stro,
general,
is
in general, Stro. Now, I'm not saying this season. I'm not saying this season. In general, he can finish. He's a good finisher.
And there's no point leaving him out wide if he's not going to do his best work there.
No,
if at the moment the best that we're going to get out of Salah is 10 to 15 yards closer to goal, why don't we push him infield a little bit? And
I agree.
If we can get some success out of it. I just think. I just think
defensively also.
Go on, sir.
And defensively also, Salah is not doing well. That's why I want to see him as a striker, double striker with Isak or with Ekatike. See, Isak is not performing well right now. Or start Isak or Ekatike. I don't want to see words at false nine. That's it. And I don't want to see gag shit at left wing. See, people don't tell me he's performed well yesterday. Yeah, but he had 3 chances to score.
Yeah,
this is all.
Even with the goal, I thought it was dreadful. But that was just me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Flawless. So yesterday's game is not on manager; it's on players. It's on yesterday's game.
Definitely on the manager as well.
Yes.
Okay, so what did the manager get wrong in you, man? Everyone go to what did the manager get wrong in your opinion?
So I think there's a conversation to be had about Ekatike starting. I think that's the elephant.
100%.
But at the moment, while we're struggling to find players that are playing up to form, it's important that we get as many of the players that are in form in the 11 as possible. It's the buffer that we've got. That's what we've got to kind of hold our hat on. The players that are in form are doing something. Allow them to do it. I think Amarin, I said it in another stream before, he got his tactics spot on. One of the big things was putting in Harry Maguire. I spoke to a couple of lads on the Red Cartel on Friday, and he was saying, don't want Maguire in the team. But my caveat to that was Harry Maguire, despite all of his flaws, the experience that he brings and the nous in those big games of knowing his job and not trying to be too expansive. He's not trying to play ball out from the back. He's not trying to do all the things he's not capable of in those big games. He just wants to get the basics right and do it to a level. That's what he's about. We could have had that from Robertson yesterday. Robertson's been there, done that, got the t-shirt and wore it for a number of seasons. I'm not saying he would have done the whole 90 minutes, but Robertson could have given you 60 minutes, good minutes, where Verge doesn't feel like he's a little bit shook of what's going to go on over on that left-hand side. He can feel a little bit more settled, doesn't have to be a little bit more of a firefighter and be a little bit more his usual self. So I think they're 2 personnel issues that he got wrong. I think the other one is then the substitutes. He rolls the dice by putting on every bit of attack and threat that we had, and then leaves the back door open, as I've already said before, to be susceptible to be getting hit on the break or from a set piece. So the fact that he's so heavily reliant on keeping Salah out there on that right-hand side when it's not working, he's not doing take-ons, he's not being a 1v1 winger. Right now, that's frustrating and it's more detrimental to the team. So I think there was personnel change or personnel mistakes, but then I also think we got the game management in the second half after we scored the goal wrong as well. And that comes from his instructions and the players that he brings in off the bench. So I think the manager you've got to ask questions of what he was doing yesterday, because the signs and the warning signs were there from Chelsea and Galatasaray, and he hasn't tried to fix it with players that he's got available at his disposal at this moment.
See, I just wish that he was more ballsy. So, for example, when he went to the 4-4-2 and he had Wirtz and Jones as the 2 in the midfield, everyone's like, whoa, where's that ball's been for you starting 11, playing it consistently? Show me that. Show me what you had going through your mind there and the balls you had to do that at home to Manchester United and do that consistently into a consistent 11 that's going to start picking up points. That's what I want. That's all I want. Just show me something this season, because it's not clicking for us. And a lot of it is down to the players. And look, I cannot explain to you how much of a nail on the head that was in terms of the Robertson one for me. Because you watch Van Dijk in that game, the one where he clears it and he smashes it off Kirkes' face and it goes over. Van Dijk just gives him a look and he's shaking his head like, you can tell it's starting to affect his game now because, and Gary Neville was talking about in terms of Van Dijk stuck, do a go, do a stick. You've never seen Van Dijk like that. That's not because of Mbeumo. I rate Mbeumo as a player. That's not anything to do with that. It's because he has no idea what's... Kirkes is... How can I explain this? He's so irrational in terms of some of his decision making. Like, he's not consistent enough with his decision making. Whereas Robertson, you know what you're going to get. Van Dijk knows what he's going to get. He knows his flaws, he knows his strengths, and he knows how to play with it. But Kirkes doesn't know what he's doing half the time. So how the fuck's Van Dijk going to know what he's doing half the time? There's no continuity, and that's the problem.
And that works in a winger like a Luis Diaz. He didn't know what he was going to do. The players around him didn't know what he was going to do, and he winged it more times than not. And the output was great. But you can't have that as your left back. You need to know the rhythm of what the fuck you're doing. So the left back, and the fullbacks are the most techie players on the pitch. And before the ball gets to them, they should have scanned their side of the pitch and know exactly where the passing lane or the pass is on, whether it needs to be the out ball, whether it needs to go back onto the inside, or whether it needs to go down the line. There are not that many options for them, but they should know, based on what they're seeing in front of them, what the right thing is to do. Kirkes is just not a ball-playing defender like that. Kirkes wants to have a little bit of space for the ball in front of him. And then the worst thing is, even when the space is in front of him, his touch is that heavy. It's turning into a tackle, and somebody else is getting a 50-50 out of it. Bro, honestly, like, there's not enough hours in a day to actually unpack properly. And I think a lot of people on YouTube just want to, you just want the cooking, bro. Everyone just wants to cook and say, I brought you here. And I respect this. Like, this is a good conversation, first and foremost. But I'm still saying, even in good conversations, there's not enough hours to actually unpack.
And there's still more questions than there are answers, and that's the biggest problem.
Bro. Facts, man.
That's why I brought you on here, is to try and get like more than just the surface level. Like, all right, what is actually going wrong? Go on.
There's so
much because even if you guys touched upon the fullbacks and how Kirkes looks like a deer in headlights at times, especially the fact that not only Mbeumo was having a chance at him, Diallo at every given opportunity was like, if I got you 1v1, I'm gonna take you on. I'm not gonna make you look like a fool. And he kind of did that. It wasn't one of Mason Mount's chances was because Kirkes plays a stupid ball across to Mamadashvili. Yeah, and Mamadashvili has to go and that was like, look, we have a new goalkeeper in the net, and the worst thing you want to do is make him feel uncomfortable. And what you do, you play a crossfield ball straight to a Man United player for them to do a 1v1. Like, it's stuff like that pisses me off. But it's also the one thing that I noticed, especially with the midfield, and how we combated the sort of 5-back that they played, was we allowed both McAllister and Szoboszlai to basically try and pin that back 5 as much as possible. And I was like, bro, so what are we going to do? Are we just going to let Gravenberch be the center of the park and do abs and just have the whole of the Man United midfield just run at him? Like you know that clip, I think it was in Game of Thrones where
Jon Snow's there, like
Jon
Snow's
literally waiting for everyone to come at him. Like, what I felt as though in terms of tactically, if you were going to play at someone's strengths, and one thing that Kirkes, who's decent at, is trying bombing forward as much as possible. Why don't you get him to go and go and push Amad Diallo back? Similar to how Cucurella was like, well, I know Mo Salah's not going to track back, so I'm just going to push forward and we'll see what happens. Why do we have to let Gravenberch be at the center of the park, basically trying to dictate play, and not have one of our 2 midfielders come and support him? Like, stuff like this is a comedy of errors. Is a comedy of errors how you got your
where's the chemistry, though, Ram? Where's the chemistry? Like, let's wait when we deep it. Gakpo's not a 1v1 type of winger either. So every time he gets the ball, his MO is he wants to cut in. That does no good for Kirkes, who wants to get on the outside and wants to do the overlap, because he knows he's never going to receive the ball on the outside. He's never going to get the pass. So even though he might be willing to run into those spaces, the chemistry between the two of them, they don't complement each other on that left-hand side. They're not the two. The profiles of both of those players at the moment contradict each other because one wants to come inside and try and evade his man and not take him on, and the other wants to be on the outside and try and deliver balls into the box. But when he's going on the outside, the one that goes on the inside doesn't want to pass on the ball. So the pass on the outside,
which is
Gakpo just ignores him, man.
Which is mental because
they're redundant, bro.
It makes no sense because when you look at them two should be perfectly in sync because what Gakpo does by coming inside, he frees up the space on the outside for Kirkes. So when you go
to receive the ball, you've got to
play the ball.
But we've seen it multiple.
And that's the thing as well. So if you play the ball in those situations, Gakpo's a big guy. Play the ball, continue your run, get in the box.
Get into the box. No, but the problem with that is no matter how big, no matter how big Cody Gakpo is, for some reason, a guy of his size and his build as well, he just doesn't seem to be good at heading the ball. It doesn't make any. But I tell you that you say all this. The perfect examples with the Netherlands. Can you guys tell me who plays left back for the Netherlands?
Who's their left back? I'm not sure.
Mickey van der Ven.
Van der Ven.
Centre back plays left back. Yeah. And before it used to be
Does Aki not get games? I was going to say, does Aki not get games out there no more? No.
But I think Koeman prefers Van der Ven over Ake. But
okay.
It's funny how you say Nathan Ake as well. 2 centre backs play left back because the manager knows if you play an overlapping left back, he won't see the ball because it plays to Gakpo's strengths. Gakpo is more of a cut inside, take a shot or cross into the box. There's no point of having an overlapping left back. Whilst with Luis Diaz, don't get me wrong, the chemistry between Luis Diaz and Robertson was not like Mane or Robertson.
No.
But he still at times knew if Robertson is on my left, I'm going to play it to him, and he will make a run into the box. But with Gakpo, we know what he's about. He prefers to have the ball at feet, cut inside. He wants to try and make something happen from there. So it's stuff that Arne Slot needs to think about, and he needs to sort out ASAP Rocky, man.
And the same thing can be said about that right-hand side as well. I think we're not helping Mohamed Salah by constantly chopping and changing who his right back is.
Who should be the right back? Who do you think should be should it be Szoboszlai? Is it Conor Bradley? Is it Frimpong? Who should be the right back?
Right now, I am on the fence between Bradley and Frimpong, and the reason I don't want to include Szoboszlai in that is because I think Szoboszlai needs to replace McAllister in that midfield.
Yeah,
drop McAllister out to the midfield. Let him try and get himself back right. Either Curtis Jones or Szoboszlai in that midfield engine room, and Verton in the 10. Right back, we just need to stick with one. And we need, I said, I don't know if it was this or the other one, they're all blending into one at the minute. I said, for the next 5 games, Liverpool got X amount of games over the course of the next 3 weeks. Just keep that continuity. If there's no injuries, just keep continuity with those big key positions where you're trying to build the blueprint for how this Liverpool team play. If we're going to play with full lung-busting full-backs, that is the plan. Play with the ones that are the lung-busting full-backs. Get them on the pitch more often than not. If we're going to play with a 10 that's going to be creative spark, allow it to be Vert and just have the bodies around them to be a little bit more disciplined if that's what's required. If we're going to go to a diamond, you play your Isak or you play your Ekitike with a Chiesa or a Gakpo, figure it out. If you have to bench Salah, then bench Salah. But these are the decisions now where I'm saying, from a fullback position, we're not helping Salah because he doesn't. Last year, he knew exactly what Trent's game was. In that first phase, there'll be an out ball. Trent will look to try and hit the big diagonal in the switch to get us out. Once he gets us out, he wants to either invert, get us up the pitch. Dom will come over onto that right-hand side, and I'll have company over there to do patterns of play with, build up, 1-2s, round the corners, all of that. That works to my game. He knew that methodically. Muscle memory had him on smoke. All of a sudden, all of that's gone because now every single game, he's looking over his shoulder. Is it Bradley? Is it Frimpong? Is it Szoboszlai? Is it anybody? And he doesn't know what ball's coming and what phase is it meant to be. What run is he got to have somebody disguising a run for him? So all of a sudden, that's what I'm saying. Even if you move Salah centrally, he doesn't have to think about what's going over on that right-hand side anymore. It's just, will the ball drop to me enough times in and around the box for me to get upwards of 5 shots a game? That's that might, and it might be boring to watch. It might not look sexy. It might not be great for the compilations. But if that's what Salah can give us over the next 12 months, and here's my hot take for Salah. Yeah,
You're going.
My hot take for Salah this season. Salah historically, all right, I'll ask you boys this. Historically, throughout the course of a season, when is Mohamed Salah at his worst?
Post
Christmas,
January.
Christmas,
Post January.
January, end of the
Yeah.
Post
yes.
and towards the back end of the season,
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, well, this year, January, we've got AFCON. End of the season, Egypt have qualified for the World Cup. Now, I'm not just saying because we've just lost them, we're not in a great pattern, a great level of form, because there's a whole host of players that are in that same boat. But where Mohamed Salah is concerned, I think he wants to make sure that he can preserve some of his best form for 8 months' time. He doesn't want to be running on empty come the World Cup and come a late Champions League or whatever else runs are on the table. He's been there and he's done that, and he's fell off and he's fell away, and he's had disappointing international competitions as well as a result. And I'm not saying it's premeditated, but on a subconscious level, as the Stro said before, with the confidence and the mentality, there might just be a little tweak in his mentality where he just thinks, I need to save a little bit. I need to save a little bit more because I'm not getting any younger.
It's also his body.
It's not even just that. The Ballon d'Or plays a massive factor in that as well, because when you look at the 2 seasons of Dembele and Salah last season, when did Dembele start to hit form?
January, post January.
Exactly.
January.
So then,
Post January.
So then Salah's looked at that and gone, well, I was clear in his head. I was clearly the better player all throughout all of last season, but because he peaked at the right time and PSG peaked at the right time, then he went on to win the Champions League. I've lost out on the Ballon d'Or because of that. So naturally, in his head, he's thinking, the last half of the season for me is where I need to start kicking in.
I'm going to be judged. I'm ultimately going to be judged.
Yeah, 100%.
And one more thing is, I'm not seeing hunger. I'm not seeing his arrogance. Give me the ball. I will do something. I'm not seeing that.
Bro, I said it last season in November. There was no player in the Premier League that wants to win the league more than Mohamed Salah last season and back end of towards Christmas. He just looked possessed. He looked like he was on a one. The way Haaland's on smoke right now, he looked like he was on a one-man wrecking mission to just hand us the league title. At this moment in time, there's no Liverpool player that's even close to that level of desire or that hunger. I said that game yesterday wasn't one about quality or patterns of play or stuff. It was about the desire. Who wanted it more? Do Liverpool want to show that they are the champions and want to defend their title like champions, or do United want to turn up and say we need to bounce back and try and get two on the bounce? And United won. Did you see the celebrations from United afterwards, lad? They made me sick. And again, that's not taking anything away from you all, lads. Flawless, do you get me? I'd do the same. But it made me feel sick, the fact that you could see that's what they were working for. They was all on the same hymn sheet because that's the energy that they wanted toward the back end of the game. Liverpool didn't have that.
Only one player did. Only one.
No, and this is
opinion.
no. But this is what I'm saying, and this is why I've said to you, Ron, from the before the jump of everything, our biggest problem is going to be mentality this season because of everything that happened in the summer, and you can tell it's affecting a lot of people.
Sure, remember when you said that, I was like, look, I don't want to say it, but when I heard what Mourinho said, being like, it could work 2 ways for us. Either we could go crazy
100%.
or or be the absolute opposite.
Perfect example. Klopp last season. What happened? Mentally, we were so emotional that we wanted to give him that title on his way out, that we absolutely mentally fell apart in the most crucial time. And I'm looking at us, and you can tell that some people haven't recovered, some people haven't properly grieved yet, some people are hitting a terrible run of form. Then they're trying to build relationships on the pitch which aren't there with new players. It's just the biggest recipe for disaster I've ever seen. But this is where Slot needs to stand up. I'm Liverpool manager, take control of it, and just make things happen. It's on him now.
Straw, will you drop Salah and play Frimpong? Will you drop Salah? He has to drop Salah.
I dropped Salah Wednesday. I dropped Salah for Wednesday.
Yeah. I don't even think it's a case of saying you need to put. I genuinely think it's not a case of saying we need to stay with that front three anymore. When we had that original front three, under Klopp, you had Bobby that would occupy the middle, but he would drop deep and he'd play the false nine. But you had two at the time in their peak, two out-and-out wingers that could do the touchline thing, he could do the byline thing, and he could be 1v1 wingers. Mane could ghost past the man at a moment's notice. Salah could burst past the man with the pace and the speed and the acceleration. Salah's lost a yard of pace, so he hasn't got that in his locker anymore. He's terrible at take-ons. I don't know why he's got so bad, but he just doesn't have the confidence to do it anymore. He just looks too predictable. And Cody Gakpo's not that. So even if he was to take Salah out, I don't think we need to stick to that front three, because apart from Rio, we haven't really got anybody that can dribble with the ball. Ekatike came on and looked a little bit tricky yesterday, to be fair to him, off the left a little bit. But outside of that, there aren't really anybody in our ranks that you look at and say, yeah, they're the trickster. They're the one with the flair. They're the one that's just going to dribble past 2-3 man, find a pocket of space, create a little bit of magic. I thought Florian Wirtz would do that, but it's a lot more narrow in his game, playing through the middle and trying to find that little bit of space. I think if you take out Salah, you change the formation, mate.
Here's a question. Slot season last season at final. Anyone remember how he played his front three?
Didn't watch him, bro. Genuinely didn't watch him.
Interchange, I think. Interchange.
Santiago Jimenez down the middle. He played with two.
Yes.
1v1.
Igor Thiago.
So effectively, he had. It was kind of like, you know, when you play a three at the back and you've got the two in the tens. It was more like that. The wingers were more inverted, which then gave the space for the wing backs to go high and wide and go past him. So when you look in, specifically now with the personnel that he's got, why not just go back to a system that's tried and trusted in your mind, play Salah more inverted, play Frimpong, because he's the one that's going to be bombing on. And let's be honest, we've spoke about Gakpo and how when he cuts inside, he never passes it. Salah's not one where, yes, he'll shoot, but he'll also lay the ball off as well. So that would work. This is where now you need to start playing people to start getting rhythm and start getting relationships and continuity on the pitch. Play Frimpong there, play Kirkaz there, and you fucking tell Gakpo, I don't care how many times you cut inside, 50% of it, you've got to go out to Kirkaz as well, because you've got Isak or Ekatike who are waiting for headers in the box, and we will score goals from it. What's the point of buying them two fullbacks if you're not going to utilise what the strengths are? This is what I'm saying. It's on slot now. He's got to start telling players, this is what is expected, this is what I need you to do, and then they need to start doing it.
Also, if you do the narrow thing, another player that could be also beneficial from it is Florian Wirtz, because he used to do that all the time for Leverkusen. They played two narrow wingers, and he was one of the narrow wingers.
Where was Wirtz's best game? Burnley away. And where was it?
Arsenal and Atletico Madrid.
Position.
Yeah, inverted. Yeah,
invert. Yes.
Can I ask you?
See, I said. Sorry, Aaron. I said so many times. Give Wirtz a chance at left wing. Play Wirtz at left wing and give freedom for Kirkaz, and start Isak. It will create chances, and Ekatike and Wirtz also plays well. Don't play only Gakpo there. Sorry, Gakshit there. Give Wirtz a chance. And that means we have a little bit of defensive stability in that midfield also. And give chance for Jones. See, Jones is a better midfielder than McAllister right now. Right now, McAllister is not performing well. Put Jones there. And I said so many times, bring on Chiesa. Use Chiesa well. I am surprised he is not using Chiesa. Why are you not using Chiesa?
One thing I want to say
he has to use Chiesa.
Sorry, I was going to say, one thing I want to say about Curtis Jones, and I've seen a lot of people say that the guy's not good enough. I think, especially that Newcastle game, you saw the qualities that he had. The one thing that quite a few of our players lack is being able to attract so many players and still retain possession. If you saw the first goal against Newcastle, he attracted about 3 or 4 Newcastle players towards him and gave space for Gravenberch to have a shot on goal. Having a player like that is so handy to have. The fact that we're not utilizing it in different ways is ridiculous to me. And I feel like he's just being wasted on the bench every single time.
Ram, one more thing is Curtis Jones can carry the ball and he can hold the ball well. See, yesterday Cunha was one of the United's best players because he carried the ball so well. See, he can't tackle him. He can't take the ball away from him. He's so good with that. See, Curtis Jones is not that level, but he can do that. From the midfield, he can carry the ball. See, when the pressure is coming, he can do that. See, McAllister can't do that right now. He's too weak. And Gravenberch is his DM. He has to be there. And Dom can't do that. He can't do. That's why I said stop making stupid decisions. Stick to basics. You are making so many decisions wrong.
Can I ask a question?
Go on, Errol. Yeah, go on.
This is for everyone, anyone really. Do you think we've misprofiled certain players that we've brought in?
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was
fullback,
gonna.
yeah,
100%.
100%.
I will say,
Yeah.
okay, I will go first.
There you go.
Go on, sir. Go on, sir.
See, yeah, I agree. Yeah, some of the players as Mipro, but the way Slot is also using, I'm not happy. Yes, some of the players as
Hey, Sai, who do you think the
misprofiled.
players are that have been misprofiled? Who do you think's been misprofiled?
Akatike
Okay.
and Frimpong. Akatike and Frimpong. They both are misprofiled for me, but they can happen. They can work. I can see what slot want to do, but he's not using them in their positions.
Yeah.
In their main
You know-
strengths, he's not using them well. And words also, he's not using them well. He's not giving the freedom. What see in at Leverkusen, words got freedom at left wing, at center. And if you watch Leverkusen, he created most of the goals from left side, left to center. He's not getting there. It's in Liverpool. He's not getting that freedom. I will say yes. Some of the players are misprofiled, but Slot is also using them very, very wrongly.
On
No,
that,
he
the one
Sorry. Oh, sorry, Ram. Do you want to go? Or?
I was going to say, I'll take you back to the summer. Me and Stroh were talking about left backs, and there was a certain left back that Stroh was talking about that could actually invert, and his name is Jarrell Hato.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Chelsea got yeah.
I was like, we're playing inverted fullbacks, and we end up getting Kirkes and not get Hato, but Hato's more of an inverted left back compared to Kirkes. So why didn't we get him instead if we're doing it?
But this is
Aitnuri also perfect.
But I said this to
sorry, Ryan. Aitnuri also perfect for us.
But it's like saying, because Stroll was wrong when he said like what Slot's system and Feyenoord was in his last season. Slot's system at Feyenoord in his last season was he'd invert the fullbacks and he'd have his wingers high and wide. If you go back and look at him, that's how they'd play. So why have you brought Milos Kerkez when he's not that player? Milos Kerkez cannot pass a football forward. He can't progress a football. He's worse than Robertson at it. Robertson's better at it than him. Like, again, why do you not buy a profile? I'm not saying go and buy Jarrell Hato, but why not buy a profile like that? Because Milos Kerkez just looks out of his depth. He looks like a nervous wreck whenever he plays. Literally, he looks a nervous wreck. Yesterday, I was at the game.
All right.
He was shitting
you was
himself. Yeah, he was. I was in the copy. He was shit. Kerkez was shitting himself. Like he looked. Honestly, he looked like a rabbit in the headlights. It was that bad, and he's just. And the same with Frimpong as well. I think because I think Frimpong is better than Bradley. You know, I don't rate Conor Bradley. I haven't rated him for a long time. I don't think he's good enough for Liverpool. Frimpong, if you play him in a certain way, he can be effective, but technically wise in terms of progressing a ball, he's not great either. He's not great either, to be honest with you. That's the thing. And I think Slot underestimated the technical level of his back line. I think he underestimated it.
Could you define technical? Could you define technical? Because there is
none
one
of them can
way.
pass a ball. Apart from Van Dijk.
You're talking about the passing ability of the back four.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when you say that, right, are you talking about? Really poor. I'm guessing it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan. You're talking about the progression of the ball. When you talk about
it.
Okay.
Apart from Van Dijk, none of them can do it. And I think Slot, really, especially after Trent leaving, Trent and Van Dijk were such massive parts of that at the end of the day. And because we all know Konate can't do it, he's never been able to do it. Even though I actually didn't think he was that bad at it yesterday, but still, he's not a good progressor of the football.
He's got to force. Konate, his problem is he has to force it. It doesn't come natural to try and play those balls. He spends a lot of time looking for that pass, whereas other centre halves or other ball playing defenders are able to just play it and thread it a lot easier. So I definitely agree with you there.
But it's like opposition teams are happy to let. Opposition teams are happy to let Konate and whoever plays at right back when it's not Dominic Szoboszlai, whether if it's Konate or Conor Bradley for most of the time, they're happy to let them have the ball because they know they're not doing anything with it. They're happy to let Konate and Bradley have the ball. When Trent was there, it was different at the end because I said this to you a few weeks ago, Flawless. We all used to say Kanate was so important for Trent because he would defend, the space that Trent would vacate. But Trent was also important for Kanate because Kanate isn't great on the ball. Trent would kind of cover that weakness up in a way on that side. So now Trent's left, and we don't have a fullback, a right back that we brought that isn't anywhere near good enough technically. Then what you've got is Kanate's got extra emphasis on him to progress the ball, but he can't do it. It's like I said, and Milos Kerkez can't do it. So I think I think the fullbacks we signed got misprofiled, and I think Slot underestimated the technical level of his back line, and it's really coming back to bite us, to be honest. For me, I've said it, I honestly would put Szoboszlai right back. I really
Because you
would.
think he's the best progressor out of three.
I do, 100%. I think
What
he
are
is.
you worrying about?
He's got passing range. He's got passing range.
He's
got
a
great
midfielder,
range.
isn't he? So
Yeah.
He's going to have that
and I
passing range.
would put.
I never
I
thought
would
about
put
the progressing
Curtis
from the
then.
back three. That's a valid point. I
But the
didn't
thing is,
realize.
Szoboszlai as well.
The only problem is though, is Ryan? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ryan, Arrow, everyone's met now.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Oh, I hope you're okay. I think the only problem with that is, what is the long-term prospects of keeping Szoboszlai there? Then does that mean then he's just been reduced to that role for the remainder of this season, and then we have to readdress it come the January or the summer window? Because for me, at this moment in time, he's too invaluable to that midfield. Now, where he plays in that midfield is up for debate. Whether you want him in the 10, drop it, whether you want him replacing McAllister, it's up for debate. But I just think he needs to be in that midfield. And I think Slot's already conceded that point that Szoboszlai has to be in his 11. So I almost don't want to put him out at right back because I think we're then going to lose too much of the midfield battle. I said it the other day. I know we're not being too reactionary here, but I said if we was to lose that midfield battle against United, this United side with a Casemiro with no legs and a Bruno with zero level of discipline, that's when I know we really need to be worried and we really need to start taking stock. And lo and behold, the 20th of October, we are here. This is that reality that we lost that midfield battle yesterday. Bruno gets an assist. The wing backs are getting assists. The false nine, the forwards are getting involved in getting goals. There are big problems. And I just think Szoboszlai being our best player, I said it earlier in the show, try and play your best players when they're in form. Play them in the best positions for the time being. Figure out all the other shit around them, but at least give yourself some level of foundation.
But this is why
on,
what we're doing makes zero sense, right? Because when you look at last season as an example, right, you could see what he was trying to do. It was the ball to Kanate, ball to Van Dijk, and they were trying to they were trying to play through the middle, right, into Gravenberch. And then from Gravenberch, it was then trying to get it into Szoboszlai, into McAllister, and out. You could clearly see that was the plan. And that's what they were looking for, right? The game wasn't in the middle yesterday. The game was outside on the flanks. And you could see that United were more than happy to sit in and go out wide. And I'll let you know why they were happy for us to go out wide. Because we've proved nothing out wide this season. You've got Kerkez, who is predominantly known at Bournemouth to bomb on and whip balls into the box. He's not been doing that. He's been sat next to Van Dijk for some weird reason. It's like an inverted left back, but that's not what he did at Bournemouth. And then on the other side, exactly what Errol said in terms of it's affecting Salah's game, especially when you keep him so high and wide, because he's used to the inverted runs from Trent where he can pick up the half space, he can play the ball down the channel and he can move on past it. That's not happening. So they were like, go on the outside all you want. We'll just defend that. And that's why, going back to what Errol said, Maguire was such a genius thing for United because aerially he's dominant as it is, and we know that. So this is why I'm thinking our game plan is ridiculous.
Don't lose that thought, sure. One sec. Errol, I know you got a dip there.
Bro, blessings, man. Thank you for having us on, man. It's been overdue, this thing. This is way overdue, man.
I'm going to get you one again, man. 100%. Me and you going to talk. We'll get you one. Errol does all sorts of people. You know what I'm saying? Hosting outside. Yo, man, be hosting boxing shows. I'll be hosting on the Redman TV. Yo, man of many traits. I'm master of many traits as well. Let them know what you got coming up over the next week or so, man.
I'm actually with some of the culprits next week. I'm not gonna lie. I'm with some of the culprits next week. Yeah, so I've got some content dropping with with some of the lads. They're good people. I think that's the one thing as well. We always have to caveat it. These are all humans as well. Do you get me? So they are good people first and foremost. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm in London. I'm going to do some Millwall content, so that's going to be a mad one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's going to be a mad one still. So I'm down in London on Friday or Saturday, I should say. Red Cartel up these ways. On Friday as well. So we'll be running that back, probably talking more about the Liverpool crisis that we're in. But yeah, other than that, it's just the usual settings. Redmen 2, and then as and when you see me, Errol 0151 on all socials. So big up.
Make sure you follow Errol across all socials.
100%.
Like I said, Redmen 2, hosting all that stuff. Errol, blessings. I'm definitely me and you gonna talk, man. We're gonna try to sort something out.
Yeah, 100%.
Every time, Errol. Big
blessings. Have a good evening, lads. Take care.
Yeah, you too. Every single time. Go on, Stroh. Carry on.
Yeah, it's just what I was saying. Like, United got their absolute game plan 100% spot on yesterday, and that's what was so frustrating. Was we just looked so naive, and realistically, even when Gakpo scored, like there's been times where, for example, when me and you were at Pie Radio and stuff like that, and we were joking like, "Oh, Liverpool are always going to score. It's just always inevitable."
Okay.
And I was like, nah, we never like scoring. But in the back of my head, I was like, no, 100% we're going to score. Yesterday, I was like, we're never scoring again. We are never scoring again in this game. No matter what we try to throw, it was never going to happen.
I thought we were going to, but then we just.
It was never going to happen.
You was there in the cup. I know you was there, man.
It was never, ever going to happen. And that's the frustrating thing for me at Anfield, at home to Manchester United. And it was
Manchester United as well. It's not like it's a fantastic Manchester United.
But on the flip side,
United were shit that second half as well. Let's not get it mistaken. They weren't good in the second half as well.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they were good or not. They did exactly what they needed to. They played out exactly when they needed to. But this is the point I've made from minute one, and this is why I was not confident going into yesterday, because I've seen stinky Liverpool teams go to Old Trafford and pick results up. So I knew that was always potentially on the cards. And then when you look at the form that we're in and everything else that we spoke about, it was just, I need to go to bed because it's burning my head out.
But see, panel may disagree. Would you think Curtis Jones as a red back? I want to see. Jones is right back.
Something that is a bit interesting. That's something
right back.
That's not.
I want to see him right back.
Hey, Sai gonna go bald, man, and stand with his bald manager.
Right back isn't the worst suggestion in the world.
That's a Curtis Jones right back.
Nah, you're taking one of his best
suggestion in the world, you know.
No, but one of his best attributes.
You know it's one of the worst suggestions in the world.
Of course, Ryan's going.
He's played there before.
No.
Ryan says that's not the worst.
Flawless. See, I'm saying no. See, I know it's a bad decision, but for me, what I thinking was, see, our best right back is right now Dominic Szoboszlai, but he has to be in the midfield. He has to be in that midfield, but that's why I'm saying
I blame your manager for it.
So people say, yes,
I want to see Frimpong, but
just wait one sec, please.
That's all you have to do is Frimpong overlap. You'll see a better play. He was one of your best players and got on, played 10 minutes and went past Dorgu and crossed the ball.
Flawless, one sec.
Go on.
Ryan, was the excuse you just used he's played there before?
Curtis Jones has technical qualities to progress the ball from right back.
Yeah, but do you know how many times I've seen centre-backs have to go in net because the keeper's been sent off? What, are they suddenly going to start in net the week after as well?
Oh, my days.
That's not an excuse.
Curtis Jones would do a better job than Bradley and
behave yourself, Flawless.
My first choice would be Szoboszlai there. I'd put Szoboszlai there, but I'd have Curtis Jones there over Bradley and Frimpong. I can't even lie to you.
Why? No, but the thing is, this is the thing, right? This is the thing, and I'm going to push back when it.
At least he can pass the football.
I heard ball progression doesn't also mean passing a football, right? One of the best things that Frimpong was so good at, and I told Stroh about this, the one thing he was good at, you could not get the ball off him when he's running because he's so quick and he's so nimble. Like, very rarely any defender in the Bundesliga would take the ball off him because he had the ability to shift, to turn so quickly that they couldn't handle him.
Yeah, he's also got
why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? And one of the things that I've been taught, and I think most people have been taught about at the early ages when they're playing football, look for the triangles, play triangle passes, not like through ball passes, but play the triangles, 1-2s, space, play in the spaces. Why don't we do that? And that's something that Frimpong thrives upon every single moment. At times, Turbo will pass the ball to him and he will just run. He'll just run. Just tell him to go and run. And he will go to the byline on the other side of the pitch because of the quality that he possesses. So ball progression doesn't always mean you have to be a great passer. You have to do this. You have to do that. You can progress the ball in different ways. You have to just maximize the output of each of these players and play to their strengths. The strengths of both Kirkes and Frimpong are they are strong runners with the ball.
Yep.
They can run with the ball as quickly and as fast as possible in space. Why don't we do that?
You brought the wrong.
That's why I say. I want to see that run. But Slot is not doing that. Slot is not utilizing Frimpong really well. That's why I said, see, it is very, very out of the box. It's not going to happen. That's why I said Jones. It is a bad shot, but I don't trust Bradley right now, and I want Soboslai at midfield. And Slot is not playing from Frimpong there. That's why I said it is very, very odd shot. People will disagree. That's why I said Jones. But I want to see Jones in this team. Jones can play in this team. He has to play. He's one of our best midfielders.
But I feel like playing him at right back, you limit some of the best attributes that he has.
I can understand it, Ram.
You are speaking
flatly.
Yeah,
why don't just play Frimpong at right back?
That is not. See, that is my main issue, Flawless. He's not doing that, and he didn't start for 90 minutes for Liverpool. That is my main issue. I want to see Frimpong. I want to see Frimpong.
And tell them both, hey,
I don't.
When the ball's on the left-hand side, guess what? Kirkes, you overlap.
Look, and if it's the worst
next to the centre back, and then
if it's the worst thing in the world, you could play Soboslai at right back and Wirtz in the 10.
That's what you should do. That's what I've been saying.
Who's your two midfield? McAllister and Gravenberch.
Curtis Jones and Gravenberch.
Okay. Curtis Jones. Okay, fine. That can work.
McAllister as soon as possible, man. Oh my god.
Oh, no, wait, no.
Honestly,
This is wording. This is not wording.
Nah. See, this is the problem with this guy. Yeah, he says some clown shit for the sake of saying clown shit.
How long have I not rated McAllister?
In what world are you trying to? McAllister was our best midfielder last season.
I mean, he wasn't. He was
you drop him, but you don't sell him. You drop him.
I'd sell him tomorrow in a heartbeat.
We know because that's you.
Bro, we'd sell you to the smallest.
What is McAllister good at? Someone tell me what this guy excels at. Please tell me what this guy excels at.
So he didn't excel at anything last year, right?
No, he doesn't excel at anything.
No.
He's just saying shit for the sake of trying to go viral.
We keep it moving. Actually, Ram, we'll go to you because we've mentioned it on and off, and I really want to get and you are the Bundesliga expert as well. Wirtz, what is going wrong? Why is he 0-10? Is it him? Is it the players around him? Is it the manager?
Because of the bold guys, that's the issue.
Don't worry, man. Everyone go have this. I really want to get the in-depth because it's very, very mixed.
Do you want the full story? Do you want the full story?
Yeah, of course. What we here for? Yes, because you are the Bundesliga guy. I'm saying that's your league you love. So
one thing that I think, especially showed at the start of the season was, and I think Wirtz admitted it himself, he couldn't handle the pace of the Premier League. I think playing in a inverted left wing position for Leverkusen and the space that you have is a lot more freer than it is in the Premier League. When you in the Premier League, you have about 2 to 3 man pressing you at one point. Pause. At every given point, you are going to get pressed. That's the reality of the situation. I think he was took back a little bit by that, and obviously the physicality of it. He just looked weaker, and I think the speed of the actual Premier League took him back a bit as well. Because as a 10. And one of the things that I rate about Cole Palmer and the great 10s that played before, they're very instinctive. They know exactly what they're doing before they even do it. They can think out an entire creation from literally not having the ball. Wirtz is more like, I have the ball, I have a bit of time, I can pick out a player from here and there. I think with Alonso's style of play, where it's very patient football, he had that time, but he doesn't have it anymore. From the next couple of games onwards, you have to look at the facts that the players around him has not been playing at the level. I think, like Stroh and Errol said, if some of these attacking players were actually in form, he would have around about 5 or 6 assists already. I think recently it's been a lack of confidence as well. I think the chance against Crystal Palace he should have taken for sure. And the manager taking him out of the team, changing the starting lineup, tinkering with multiple facets of the team, not making anything work, affecting the overall team performance. If you culminate, if you take all of what I said right there, do you expect any player, whether you're Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi, to succeed? Actually, don't use those two. If you expect any player coming in for big money to succeed, I just listed about 5 fundamental issues, not even small issues, is big issues.
So how do you solve them?
Keep it the same. Let him understand the players around him. The one thing that he had. Bro, one thing he had at Leverkusen that was so good, his interplay and his understanding of his teammates, like Grimaldo, Palacios, Xhaka, Boniface, Schick, especially Schick when he first started. It was just clockwork for them. They knew exactly what position they'll be. They knew how to attack in certain stages. He just doesn't need to change much of it. Have a settled team. Give Wirtz the ideal players that could play with him. Let him understand where they would be. And if he doesn't perform, then we'll have different conversations. But chopping and changing styles, trying to tinker around with the team is not going to do anyone a load of good, especially the new players that are coming in.
And it's like I said at the start of the show, he should be on 5-6 assists by now. If the players around him would finish. Salah at Chelsea, criminal. Galatasaray could have had 2 or 3. Atletico Madrid could have had a couple. Like, we're acting like he's not impacting the front line, or he's not feeding them and he's not doing what he should be. He's putting it on a plate for some of them. But the players aren't finishing. That's the issue.
That Atletico, when he's given players open goals and they still miss.
This is what I'm saying.
Remember that Frimpong air shot? I was pissed off when I saw that. Like, bro, come on. Like,
I think he himself knows that he should be playing better, but at the same time, I blame the bold man because I don't think he's helped things out at all with Florian Wirtz.
What's wrong with blaming the bald guy?
What's wrong with bold people, man?
People always attacking bald people, you know. That's unnecessary. You know what? The bald people stand with you, lot, man. Your hair might not stand with you, but I do. Sorry, go.
Ryan, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you've just always got to go one step too far. Just say slot. Like, why have you got to try and be disrespectful and try and go fucking viral all of a sudden? Like, just say slot.
I think someone get Drifty on this chat, bro. I dare Ryan to say bold man in front of Drifty.
No, but
Ryan knows, man, that Ryan ain't trying to go viral because he's been viral already, man. He ain't trying to go viral.
Yeah, it's not working.
He is. He's got a taste for it and he wants it.
Trying to go viral again. He's definitely not. Ryan, are you trying to go viral again?
He's like crack. He's hooked onto it now.
Yeah. But the reason he went viral last time, he doesn't want to go that viral again. Whereas this, he's calm with that.
Big up Mud Brothers for the raid as well, man. Big up Mud Brothers for the raid every single time.
Didn't Trips use that iconic line that Ryan used as well?
Fuck it, let's run it.
By the way, can I just say the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Right, big up the panel. Yo, that's classic. Yo, that clip is great. Yo,
flawless.
Your greatest contribution, Ryan. Yo, that is your greatest contribution to the planet Earth. Don't blame me. Tom Little, man. Tom Little added the crickets. That ain't on me. No. I don't know why people blame me.
I've had that ready.
Wait, is the t-shirt still out?
Nah, it's not, but I can get you a TV one.
I asked for so many times. I want the t-shirt.
I've not put it on no hoodies yet, but if you want one, obviously we people. So I work with you, man. So I pattern it. Yes, I got you. You know, I'm sorry, 100%. Big up Ryan for his big contribution. But back to it, Ryan, you was talking about it. Wirtz before we go to the side.
He's blaming Slot. He was blaming Slot.
All right, so why are you blaming Slot? Let's go here.
Well, the fact is, right. First, I agree, but the thing is, Vert should have been playing better himself. I think he knows that himself. But at the same time, Baldy's not helped him with anything. That's the thing, because the thing the thing is with him is that
That's strike
he's
two.
treated
Yeah.
him so unfairly recently. Why are you dropping him against Chelsea and Manchester United for that bloody Alexis McBum, who literally has been our worst player arguably this season? He's arguably been our worst. Verts has been way better than McAllister this season, yet he started McAllister in these 2 games ahead of him. Like, I just don't get it. And the fact that then he takes him off in spells of games where he's actually playing well, and then just takes him off and kills his momentum. And then against Crystal Palace plays him off the left, which for me, I just want to see him in the 10. It's just, and then, at the same time, he doesn't give him the correct midfield balance as well. Our build up also doesn't help him because of how shambolic our build up. There's the 2 biggest problems with Liverpool this season, and this has to go on the manager, is our build up is atrocious, and our out of possession structure is also atrocious. To be honest, those are the 2 biggest issues with Liverpool, and that's an Arne slot. Because our build-up
Say the second thing again.
Our out of possession structure is abysmal.
Right, just wait there. Why is it abysmal? What's changed from last year?
Because of Slot's pressing.
The pressing structure. What's changed from last year?
What's changed from last year?
Yeah. What's changed from last year? Because we're still pressing 4-4-2. What's changed from last year?
4-2-4. Well, no, we've lost. Obviously, there's no Szoboszlai there. Obviously, to press from there. No Luis Diaz.
There's no who there.
Luis Diaz.
No. Who did you say first?
Szoboszlai.
Right. Who's playing there instead?
Verts.
There's your problem.
I'm not putting that out.
You cannot blame Slot when you've just said it yourself. I have just railroaded you into the answer you didn't want to give, which was the whole reason off the ball structure is so bad for us this year is because Szoboszlai isn't the one that's pressing in the 10. And Verts is. You just said it. Ram, did he just say it? Flo, did he just say it? Sai, did he just say it?
That's a lie. It's not. Because it's 4-2-4.
Have I just made it up? Is that not what you just said?
You didn't make it up. No. You kind of pushed him into it, but we all know he's going to say it.
His pressing structure was flawed even last season. Even with Szoboszlai.
It's flawed when we won the league.
No. You were wrong. Absolutely.
God, what are you doing?
It doesn't work his pressing structure because his whole all position structure revolves around keeping an additional man in the back line, which always means that teams have a spare man elsewhere. So good footballing teams find that spare man. We lose control because of that. His pressing system is flawed even with Szoboszlai there. Hence, in the last 2 games, against Chelsea, he started Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Gravenberch, and Chelsea dominated us that first half.
So but that's because of people that are out of form. Flo, can I ask you a question?
No, it's not because of people who are out of form.
Arsenal, what do they press as?
I actually don't. What do Arsenal press as? I actually don't know.
4-4-2.
Is it? Because Arsenal are a decent side. It's not one because they're actually winning games because they're boring. I don't really pay attention to them like that.
I can tell you, Gyökeres is not the guy that presses.
No. But what I'm saying is Arsenal pressing a 4-4-2 because a lot of managers say that defensively the 4-4-2 press is the best defensively. And you've just admitted it yourself, Ryan, the biggest problem, and this is the reason why Verts was dropped against Chelsea, and this is the reason why Verts was also dropped against Manchester United, is because he went back to the midfield and the same guy in the number 10 that would press in the number 10 to go to a 4-4-2. Yeah, because the players around him aren't good this season.
Oh my God, that's not
Ryan. You have to point out McAllister, not Dominic Szoboszlai or Words. The McAllister's role is not playing well. That is the main issue there. Last season, McAllister is our controller.
McAllister's not playing well.
Ryan. Just one point.
Try to blame. This is where
Ryan. Just one point. Last season, McAllister is our controller. Ryan Gravenberch is our DM. This season, McAllister is not our controller. He's not doing everything wrong. He's doing everything wrong right now. He's weak on the ball. He can't pass right now. That is where our press is not performing well because if Words is pressing, McAllister is not doing anything. That is happened against Chelsea. McAllister left his man. Kaisoda went free and he scored the goal.
Oh, I'll tell you why that wasn't McAllister's fault. It's like I said before.
What are you talking? It's McAllister's fault. 1
That
minute.
is not McAllister's
Stroll,
fault.
you seen Chelsea game, right? Whose fault is that?
Yes, I know what you mean. I was going to say that. That's
I've already
not
said whose fault it is, but he just wants to run his agendas.
very. How am I running an agenda? I've literally cussed McAllister literally like 5 minutes ago.
No,
like
because
mad.
you've just tried saying that it's the bald man's fault.
It
And you
is.
don't understand why Wirtz was dropped against Chelsea. You don't understand
It's
why
the bald
Wirtz was
man's
dropped
fault
against Manchester
because
United. You said that off the ball, the press isn't what it was last season. But the reason why
it's
is
the
because
same
the
as last
main
season. I didn't
man
even like
with
it
the
last
engine and the
season.
legs isn't in the number 10 to press.
I didn't
Wirtz
even like.
hasn't got the legs like
What do you mean?
Szoboszlai.
What do you mean? You didn't like how we pressed last season? Explain that, please.
He's
Because
just
I
saying
felt
stuff
his
for the
out of
sake of saying
position.
stuff.
Yeah, did it
Out of
not work?
position principles just relinquished too much control. We lost control because of it. If you maintain a +1 in the back line like he does, opposition always have a spare man. Good. That's how Chelsea took advantage of us all the time under Maresca. Maresca's got the best of Slot 2 times. One this season, one last season at Anfield. Slot admitted that himself.
Whoa! No, because I can push back on that because in the first 20 to 30 minutes where we should have scored around about 3 or 4 goals, we completely negated their press. We completely negated how they were trying to defend us.
No, Slot's got a problem against back threes. That's what
that's been a slot
Chelsea
issue
don't play
for
a
a very,
back three.
very long time.
So Chelsea didn't play a back three.
And one more thing.
Wait.
Last
So Chelsea
season,
didn't play a back three
No,
against us.
Chelsea build with a 3, but
No.
the thing is,
So they play a
Chelsea
back three.
destroyed
In build.
Chelsea.
In possession,
Maresca's
so they play a
aim
back
when he
three.
plays Slot.
You've just said they
but
play a
because
back three. Can we just go back to the fact you've just said they play a back three?
What
In
are you on
possession, did he
about?
play a three? Yes or no?
Chelsea?
Answer my question. In possession, do they play a three at the back? Yes or no?
Yes, they do. Yes.
Right. Slot's biggest problem is teams that play in a free. And when I'm talking play in a free, I'm talking in possession.
Why do you think that is?
Because his out of position structure is terrible.
Is that what it is? It's just out of position.
Yes.
But no, the thing is, no, Ram said, is it you wouldn't say it's just this season. You reckon has he had issues with it before?
Palace is our kryptonite because they play a back three.
The reason why he also lost, I think, the Europa Conference against Mourinho, because Mourinho adopted a similar sort of like back three. It wasn't on paper a back three, but he did play a back three in possession. And it has been an issue for him for quite a while because the overall structure of a back three, it kind of, because you have your 3 wingers, your 3 forwards, and then you have your 10. The 3 almost occupy those 3 players, and if you can bypass that, which is quite easy to do, especially if you have 3 very good ball playing centre backs or defenders in general, then you just basically bypass that entire 4 and you're straight into the defensive midfielders, and you're kind of in an overload from there. That's how I've seen.
Because Maresca's the best at taking advantage of Slots out of possession. He's been the best one at doing it because what he does. He's always tries to find the spare man and finds it through the midfield.
You're just literally recycling everything Carragher tried to say.
Let me ask you a question, Ryan, before we move on to site, because it's not a surprise with Ryan, because we know his character. Are you Slot out, Ryan?
No, I'm not Slot out at all.
I'm surprised. Okay.
He says it's 2 days later.
I'm surprised about that. Moving on, before we do move on, big up to everyone in the chat. I see you lot. The reason why I'm not been going to the chat, 4 microphones here, 5 microphones before 6. Obviously, shout out to Errol, shout out to G as well. These men have got plenty to say, and I'm learning new things.
No, but Flo,
well.
I was going to make my point about the Caicedo goal.
Oh, see, right, 1 second. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. I don't know how many run up the likes. Oh, yeah, make sure you subscribe to Ram's channel as well, the Ram stand also. Go on and make your point about the Caicedo goal, and then we'll move on.
Because, like I said,
you know what? Strong going to say something about what you got to say, so we'll move on after that. Go on.
Because Slot is always intent on keeping an extra man in the back line. What you see is a spare man, and Chelsea find that spare man through the midfield. That's what Maresca does against Slot. That spare man was Caicedo. And how can you expect McAllister to solve that issue when McAllister had 2 Chelsea players that he had to cover because Caicedo was a spare man? That wasn't on McAllister.
Can I ask you a question?
If you actually look at that goal, if you listen to that goal, before Caicedo got the ball, Slot actually shouts Ibu because he wanted Ibu to push up.
Are you going to answer my question? What do you mean by Slot is determined to constantly have a spare man at the back?
Because he doesn't allow any of his centre backs or full backs to push up.
What?
Right. So, let me just explain something to you. Right. I manage a football team. I've done my coaching badges. My team occupies a 3 at the back because then we have a spare man at the back. In a back 4, where's the spare man?
Oh, it's because none of our fullbacks back up the press. That's the thing. None of our fullbacks, so centre backs back up the press. That's why.
So then
it keeps all the defenders in kind of an incompleted back four.
No. So you're not understanding, right? The principles of a 3 at the back. If a team goes 4-4-2 or 4-5-1, it is a man-for-man game. It's men for men all over the pitch. There is no spare man apart from the team in the 3 because they've got the spare man at the back.
But we don't play
with talking about?
It's all about zonal positioning.
No, I'm talking about Chelsea.
I'm talking about us. I'm talking keeping a spare man in
You're
our
only
back
saying
line.
spare man because Carragher yesterday said something about spare man on Sky Sports after the game.
I don't usually
What's he
associate
talking about?
Where's
the spare man for Liverpool?
Did you say I was saying that before Carragher?
No, you usually
what you want about spare man at the back for Liverpool? What are you talking about?
+1 in the back line. I should have phrased it that way. He keeps a +1 in the back line.
So who's the +1 then?
One of the centre backs.
So what are the
That
other
always
ones?
happens. No. So City play 4-4 or City play 4-3-3. They've got a spare man at the back, correct?
Out of possession.
They've got a spare man at the back, correct?
They have got a spare man, yeah. By that logic, they do.
What are we talking about? We're just saying stuff because it sounds good. Do you understand the principle?
I don't understand. You usually use spare man for back 3,
the biggest problem, and this is something I'm utilising at the minute with my 3 and the wing backs, is the wing backs are in half space between what would usually be a winger and a fullback. So the biggest problem is for a defensive team, the fullback doesn't know whether to go out to the wing back and leave the space in behind for the 10 to go and occupy and run into, or did he leave him and then it creates an overload in the midfield where the midfield comes across. This is the biggest problem for Slot specifically and defensively against the 3, is it is so difficult to try and navigate your way around it because they've got a +1 at the back, so they've always got a man spare. So realistically, even if it's a 3-on-2 at the back, it's technically a 4-on-2 if they use the goalkeeper, which a lot of teams do these days, right? So there's your problem. So from a pressing point of view, it's difficult to try and get close. Then in the half space, if you've got someone with a technical ability, like let's say, for example, an Edison or someone like that who can ping it out to the wing back, it's difficult because they're in a half space where the fullbacks go and do a jump, do or not. And then look at Van Dijk yesterday because Kirkes was having to go high to Dalot. Van Dijk's looking in his peripheral, looking on the inside going, well, there's 2 number 10s here, but there's also a man there. That's the biggest problem. That's Slot's problem against the back 3, not because we want to keep a spare man at the back. That's utter nonsense.
If you look at by another man in the back line, then what I mean is, if you look at Chelsea, out of possession, we had both Van Dijk and Canate on João Pedro, so we had a 2v1 in that aspect. That's the extra man. Slot, actually, if you hear him in the build-up to Caicedo's goal, shouted Ibu because he wanted Ibu to push up.
Oh, that's not... No.
Wait, 1 sec. Every single football manager in the Premier League, barring when teams used to go 4-4-2, for the past 15 years, have had a spare man at the back. Why is it suddenly a problem? Because it's Slot. Purely because you're calling him the ball man and you've got an agenda. Pep's done it for years. Wenger done it for years. Fergie did it for years. What are we doing here?
What he said isn't quite factually true because
no shit. What a surprise!
No, because Cucurella and I believe Garnacho were both high up. That's why there was 2 players. That's why Garnacho was a little bit more central. So Konate wasn't actually.
So the wing backs were high up in half spaces, which is difficult to defend against because the fullbacks don't know whether to go or stick. Correct?
Yeah.
So everything that a FA coach has just said is factually correct.
Cucurella said it. Cucurella said it himself. He was allowed to go forward. That was it.
What are we doing here?
And Dilip said it yesterday also. Our fullbacks.
No, go on, sorry.
Sorry. Yesterday, Dilip also said our fullbacks are our weaknesses. And one more thing is, this is not new. This is happening from start of the season. And one more thing, I I have to ask your opinion, panel. See, I think Gravenberch positioning. Last season, Gravenberch is playing out and out DM. He's playing out and out DM, but this season he's playing little bit higher. That's why he got goals and assists, and that is costing us because he's going higher, and Mekal is not there, and
He didn't do
Sobosla
it
is roaming
yesterday,
there,
to be
and Wirtz
fair.
is roaming there. Just 1 minute, Ryan. See, we are leaving so much of spaces in
Yeah,
midfield.
they're talking directly to you, don't see crazy.
And that
Sorry.
also, and do you know what helps that as well? He almost operated. This is a proper throwback. He almost operated like an auxiliary sweeper. He was basically sweeping up, intercepting a load
Yeah.
of plays. He was
That is-
basically
see,
the
that's-
man.
Yeah,
He was the
that's what
spare man.
that is my problem. If you want to play Dominic Szoboszlai high, then play double DM. Go double pivot like Arsenal. Arsenal plays Zubimendi and Rice and Marino, and Miko Marino is not a 10. But they got two defensive midfielders because they can do that. And Rice is good on the ball. Not particularly well, he can do that. And
It's
that
not
is
the
my
best.
problem.
That's why
It is.
That's why I called him the young Frank
See,
Rijkaard, covering the spaces.
Arsenal press in a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
That's just Arsenal press in a 4-4-2.
We all know that.
The best
Yeah, I ain't gonna
defensive
lie.
team
That's
in the
over my head.
league
Sorry, go on.
press in a
It's your
4-4-2.
no, like, I don't watch them things and be like, where you man's minds work is crazy, yo. Because I can't see that shit. It's mad.
The way Ryan is trying to disrespect Slot for going a spare man at the back and a 4-4-2, the press isn't working. The best defensive team in the league presses in a 4-4-2.
And he's watching too many tactics.
One of the best club teams ever. Pressing a 4-4-2.
4-2-4.
Yes.
That's what he does, Slot.
Ryan Straw is not talking about. Straw is talking about Arsenal. He's not talking about Liverpool. The best defense in the league, the press is 4-4-2, not 2-4-2-4.
It's also the Arsenal team are very disciplined with their press.
Yes,
that's one thing that our players.
Why are they disciplined in the press?
Because Mikel Arteta will take them out of the team if they don't do it.
Okay. So what's the reason for season against Chelsea United? Just hypothetically speaking for a minute.
Because he can't press like Dom.
He can't press.
That's it.
He can't press.
Well, no. He can press, but he can't press to what Dominic Szoboszlai.
So high. Yes. Yeah. See, that's why I'm saying this Rom and Straw. That's why I want to see put Gravenberch as a pure and pro DM and use and put Szoboszlai there. See,
I believed you.
I always said we all know. We all know.
Sorry, go on.
Yes, Flawless. We all know Arsenal got best defense because they got best defensive structure. Yes, they got defense, but they also got defensive structure. See, if you see Arsenal against Flawless, then we can see how they are pressing on the ball and off the ball very clearly. They never go out of the position or out of the pressing. I can see every time how Arsenal can play. That is not happening at Liverpool. That is our main issue. See, it's simple. I don't want to go. I don't have any badges. Go to basics. That's it. Don't do stupid stuff. Go to basics. Put Szoboszlai and Gravenberch a little bit deep and give freedom for Wirtz. Or put Wirtz at left wing. And start Szoboszlai at 10 if you want to press high.
Let me just use an analogy for a second, right? Slot last season had the perfect recipe with the perfect ingredients. Now, some ingredients will come out of it, and he tried to sprinkle some new ingredients in, but it's not quite the same. That is exactly what is going on with us this season, and that is exactly what is wrong with the press, and that is exactly what is wrong with the continuity.
Our press wasn't good. How many turnovers did we get Did we win last season with the 4-2-4?
It's right.
See, Ryan,
stop with this.
Just
stop. So the manager in interviews has said 4-4-2 we pressing. You're just trying to say stuff for the sake of saying stuff now, just to try and look
4-2-4.
But your press wasn't.
You think I'm going to take your word?
Yes, it was. That's why you always used to change man to man at half time when we got better.
So you saying that he consistently made the mistake? So your press was poor in first half, and then he changed it to man to man. So how come
Yeah, a lot
defensively?
of the time. Yeah, he did that this season against
Defensively, you lot were
Arsenal.
all right.
He did that
Defensively, you
this
lot were
season
all right.
against Arsenal at home, and we were better second half and won the game.
Yeah, but I'm saying defensively, not so much this season. I'm saying last season. I'm probably pointing back to you lot was decent last. You lot was good last season. You didn't concede a whole heap of goals.
Yeah, we were good,
So
but I
Ryan,
didn't
can I ask
like
you a
our
question?
press.
So yesterday was 4-2-4.
Huh? Not yesterday.
So
yesterday wasn't.
yesterday
to be
we
fair.
pressing a 4-2-4,
Yesterday
yeah?
wasn't. Yesterday wasn't.
Right, okay. So Chelsea did we pressing a 4-2-4?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Where was Gakpo? You do know 4 means like 4 right at the top, yeah? 4 across the line. Where was Gakpo pressing?
It was like a 4-3-3/4-2-4.
No. Stop changing.
It was basically
Stop
a 4-2-4. He did again.
Nope. So if it's a 4-2-4, you're telling me I can get up clips of Liverpool pressing against Chelsea and it will be Gakpo, 2, and then Salah, yeah? 4-2-4 is basically what you're telling me.
No. Well, you won't get that.
Where was Gakpo?
That left mid.
Thank you. 4-4-2.
Yeah. Because Slot always asks his cam and his striker to be the highest points when it's come to pressing. That's the basics.
Because exactly what I said before, you want to force them to play into overloads where we can nick the ball, which is why Szoboszlai is so good. Because what Szoboszlai does with his legs and his engine, he forces people to put the head down and play under pressure and make decisions in quick time instead of having time on the ball. That's the whole principle of a 4-4-2 press. The only time go up against the 2.
The only time I haven't seen us do a 4-4-2 press was under Klopp, because we had Mane, Salah, and Firmino who would do that themselves.
Yeah, which is a 4-3-3.
Yeah, that was the only time. But it's literally, and the reason why we have been quite open defensively and conceding a lot of goals, while granted the majority of our goals are coming from transition plays for giving the ball away in stupid positions, is that unfortunately our 2 DMs are now basically 8s, which is a bit of a worry for me. I've always said,
why is he gone away from that? Like wanting Gravenberch to get on the pitch.
So Gravenberch is no longer a conventional 6. He's basically become an 8.
Yeah, like why would you do that? Like that's the
Dutch way of playing football.
Yeah, he didn't play like that yesterday. To be fair, Gravenberch was the deepest midfielder yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
No. He put McAllister and Szoboszlai further forward, which was stupid because he should have played Florian Wirtz then.
No,
that's McAllister.
Why? What?
If you're going to push McAllister that far forward onto United's last line, you have to play Florian Wirtz instead.
No, you could just push your fullbacks up further forward and have our midfielders dropping deep to provide support for Gravenberch.
No, I agree that they
which
should
what
be
Jurgen
pushed
Klopp
up
used
further
to do
yesterday.
a lot.
But
that's why he did so well against back threes.
If Slot was going to play like that yesterday, he should have put Florian Wirtz instead of McAllister.
How? Because you're still not helping the situation where Gravenberch is still isolated by himself. Well, we have to force ourselves to go wide and go up against their wing backs. I'm just challenging it from a tactical point of view, because if we take out Florian Wirtz, put in McAllister, it still doesn't help. It doesn't negate the fact Gravenberch is still on his own by himself.
No, I agree.
And he's not a Toni Kroos. He's neither a Toni Kroos nor a Luka Modric who could just ping a ball 40 yards and find his man.
Well, the biggest problem we have is McAllister is not informing the midfield this season, and him and Gravenberch were the 2 most crucial midfielders for us last season.
And our fullbacks are shit. That's another reason.
No, because we didn't have great fullbacks at times last season. Trent's head was gone because he was thinking about his Real Madrid contract, and Robertson was horrendous at times.
He had one game against United where his head was gone. That was it.
No, I can literally.
There were multiple games
and Fulham and United at home.
Fulham.
He was fine otherwise.
No, defensively he wasn't.
He's always been shit defensively.
No. I'm talking especially.
No,
I can name you 4 or 5 games.
Last season was probably one of his better seasons defensively, to be honest with you.
Better
this
than
guy
usual
just wants to go against the grain. Yeah,
better than usual because he did.
Yeah, that's like going from a 4 to a 5. That don't mean shit. Still bad.
Trent literally had 2 games, Fulham and Man United, where his head was gone. That was literally it.
Newcastle.
He was fine last season.
Don't forget, but
Newcastle also had a bad game.
People also forget Leicester.
Newcastle away?
Do you remember how Leicester played against us at Boxing Day? Not many
Yeah,
people
exactly.
talk about how badly he played. And
This is
how
my
they were
point, because it
Bilal
doesn't fit the
Al-Khanous-
agenda. He was
yeah.
terrible.
Bilal Al-Khanous was cooking that day.
Trent
Bro,
is still one
I
of
was
our
sat
most
at
important
the
players
Etihad
last
watching
season. It's showing how
docu.
much we miss him this season.
No. I was at
Cooking.
the Etihad. I was at the Etihad and watched docu, absolutely rinsing time and time again, and he would play the ball in, and Konate would intercept it.
No, I agree with
Apart
that.
from
That was a
going
bad
forward
game,
in that game, because going forward at the Etihad, I thought Trent was outstanding. Defensively, he was awful.
No, I agree
What
with
we
that, but
doing?
he's always been shit defensively. What's new about that?
What you on about? You've just tried arguing with me that he was better defensively.
He's always been shit defensively, but he was like he was one of
No,
his
he was
better defensive
terrible
seasons
last season because his head
He was one of his
wasn't in
better
it for large
defensive.
parts of it.
He's had way worse defensive seasons than that last season. Way worse.
Yeah, because under Klopp, he was asked to be more offensive. He has said it on multiple occasions. He does not care about Trent doing his defensive work.
All right, so
He's more
question:
focused about his attacking.
Do we miss
output.
Trent a lot? Because I think we do.
In the build-up, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do,
that's
because we
that's
still
why
haven't.
we miss him.
We
That's
haven't.
literally
I'm
why we
talking,
miss
yeah, but
him.
I'm talking defensively.
Yeah.
Defensively, we don't miss him. I agree with that. We don't miss him defensively.
No, but also
We
we
miss him in
haven't. We
build-up,
haven't
which is a big
addressed.
part.
No, but
the
we
game.
haven't addressed the build-up because we
Because
can
he brought the
still
wrong
weaken.
fullbacks.
Because his loss shouldn't be
Nothing to
that
do with
bad.
the fullbacks.
Yes, it is. He
No,
he
this season it's
misprofiled the
nothing to do with the
fullbacks. Oh my
fullbacks.
god.
Bro. The issue
It's about
And we
is
didn't
midfield.
get Mark Gahey.
This is
but
about
that's another
midfield.
reason.
Yeah, it's the midfield. The midfield's the problem. That's
Midfield.
that's the biggest problem
Midfield
this
is the
season.
problem.
That's a problem,
Yes,
but the
midfield is
technical
the
No,
level
it's
of our
the
back line
biggest
is a
problem.
big problem as well.
No, it's the biggest problem.
Both have problems.
No, it's the midfield's the biggest problem.
That
It's
right hand side
it's
cannot.
not even
Konate
remotely
and
close.
Bradley. If you don't think that's a problem, I don't know what to tell you. Innit? That's a big problem.
our inability to
What's
keep
the
the
big
ball
problem?
in the midfield
Konate
is
and Bradley.
atrocious.
That right hand side of the back line
no.
is
The biggest problem is we can't build through the midfield to get the ball out wide.
the biggest
We
problem.
can't
Yeah, because the
retain
midfield
possession in
can't
the
get the ball off
midfield.
the.
We can't
Can barely
sustain
get the ball
attacks
properly
because
off
of
the
the
back
midfield.
line.
But yet the fullbacks are the problem.
Fullbacks, of course they are.
So
Massive
basic.
problem.
So Ryan, I'm going to ask you this, right? Because I saw this a couple of times against Galatasaray when Konate had the ball. I'll see Gravenberch drop deep, show himself, but the Gallup, I think, was either Osimhen or Yilmaz would block off the passing lane. What does our other midfielder do? He doesn't show for himself and just lets Konate just hold onto the ball and invite pressure onto himself, along with our fullback. It's a multitude of things, especially when it comes to build-up. For me, when I see build-up, I saw this a lot with a lot of Italian teams growing up. You build up together, you move the ball together, you make inverting runs together. You almost protect the ball and play the ball within one another. We're not doing that. We're asking our centre-backs to basically play eye through the needle balls, which we shouldn't do. And that's a combination of both the fullbacks,
Both having fullbacks as well that can't pass the ball.
most importantly, the midfielders. Why are they not showing themselves for the ball? Why is one constantly getting intercepted by one of their strikers, but the other one's not showing for themselves?
No,
That's how we're playing so
point.
slowly.
Ryan, serious question.
Actually, last season,
In our build-up last season, where did we build up from?
Where did we build up from? Right hand side a lot of the time.
No, where? And I can pull up thousands of clips from last season. Where was the main build-up?
There was
Van
one
Dijk,
player.
Gravenberch.
Through Gravenberch, correct?
Gravenberch.
Yeah,
It's through
Van Dijk to
Gravenberch.
In the middle of
Gravenberch.
midfield. So the whole point of it was
Middle
to
of
play
the-
through the lines into
Yes.
Gravenberch, and Gravenberch could turn on the half turn, and then he'd have McAllister either side to recycle and go out the other side, or he could go out to Trent, correct?
Yeah, but Trent was also a
No.
big part of that as
No.
well.
There's no yeah, but just it's a simple yes or no. Is that what?
We basically had a
build-up
cheat
was last
code
season?
at right back. In terms
No.
of build-up.
Stop talking about right back for a second. That was
Why?
where the build-up
It's
was.
important.
No, is that where the build-up was through the midfield?
Well, yeah, but also Trent as well.
Stop trying
missing
to
the point.
suit your agenda and answer what is factually correct. Where was the build-up done through last season?
A lot of
You've
times
already
Van
said
Dijk,
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch, but we also had
Right.
Trent as well.
No,
You can't just
Gravenberch.
ignore
Right.
Trent in all this.
It was Gravenberch, mate.
Thank you, it was Gravenberch.
Gravenberch.
It was
Gravenberch,
Gravenberch.
yeah.
Chat, it was
Yes,
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch is the main.
Everyone
I'm not
but Ryan,
denying it.
Gravenberch.
That's why we
Yeah,
said
of
he was
course
the best
he was.
Okay,
DM in the
Yeah,
league.
why did it work?
First step was
Because he
McAllister.
had McAllister next to him, who
He's
was
sweeping
able
him.
to keep hold
He's
of
covering
possession. and we could recycle the ball,
Yes.
and we could go left to Robertson or to Diaz, and we could go right to
Right.
Salah or to Trent. Now, I'm not saying what Ryan isn't saying correct. There was times where we might need to go a bit direct, and that's where Trent came into the game. But 90% of the time, the build-up was through midfield. So what's the biggest problem this season? It's not because Trent's not a right back, because we didn't really build that much through right back unless we had to. Everything Slot wanted to do was through the middle of midfield. Where's our biggest problem this season?
But the
In the middle of
issue
midfield.
is, I agree. It's
Midfield.
both.
This
That's why I
season is
said
also
it's the
midfield
technical
because
level of our backline and the midfield. It's the pair of them.
no. For me, Ryan, technical level of backline is not a matter for me. For me, there is no player in that midfield who wants to collect the ball from the centre back. Apart from Graham Gambert, there is no
Well,
other
then you have to play
midfielder
Curtis
ready to
Jones
collect the
there.
ball. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but that is a
That's what
point
we're
from
saying.
start also.
But Baldy's not doing that. He
That
keeps
is what I'm
playing
saying.
McAllister.
There is no see. That is what I'm saying. Ryan Gambert positionally changed from last season. He went from 6 to 8. That is our main issue. When the position changes, the other player has to cover his position. There is no other player who can play like Ryan Gambert. Who can't McAllister can't turn half turn. McAllister can't pass like that Gambert. And McAllister can't pass like Gambert. Soboslai can't pass like Gambert. See, our
Gravenberch's
main
passing
issue
isn't that
was
good, though.
sorry,
Gravenberch ain't a passer.
No.
Ryan. You have to shut up right now. Have you shut?
What
Gravenberch
Gravenberch
is a
does
ball
is he
carrier,
opens
he's
his
not a
legs, he
passer.
turns players, and he creates space
It's,
for
yeah,
everyone in
press,
around him.
it's the fact that he's press resistant.
He's
Press
press
like,
Yeah, he is.
so
Of
press
course.
resistant.
even me as a tactical novice know that Gravenberch, that's how he progresses the ball for you lot.
Yeah,
Not
it
so
is,
much
but we
passing,
need a
but
passer
No.
there
his
as
ability
well.
to
Wait,
We need a
Ryan, don't
passer
say
there
anything.
as well. We don't have a passer
Hold on.
there.
What did
Yeah.
you say?
I said that his ability to be able to be press resistant and turn past the man and then carry the ball and then pass it is what helps you progress the ball. Like
Progress
Ram
the ball.
mentioned, there's multiple ways to
Progress the ball.
Yeah. He
So-
helps you progress
so-
the ball,
Yes.
but he just don't do it
Okay,
necessarily.
so
Most
considering
by passing, it's by carrying it.
Right, okay, so you call yourself a novice. You're not a novice. You know football, right? But you've just said something very fascinating to me, which completely contradicts everything Ryan's just tried to say for the past 45 minutes.
I tried to choose one, but you don't want to go with it. But yeah, there's different ways when I say that tactically, because in regards to like pressing, that's not my MO. But yeah, you can like we see many players like people talk about Belieber. Belieber is a great progressor of the ball, but he doesn't really progress the ball by passing it through the lines.
Wharton.
He'll pick up the ball and go past him. But
Wharton's the best one.
Wharton does
the
it in a
one, man.
different manner. He's more
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
more of
One.
a he's
Yes.
more of a he can't carry it, but he's more of a
Stiller.
passer.
Stiller.
Yeah.
So let's just
Stiller
use
as
a
well, yeah.
hypothetical
There's different
example
ways.
for a
there's
minute.
different ways. Obviously,
Get
the best in
Wharton in. I beg we
like
get
for
Yeah,
instance,
Wharton in.
even though he does it from higher up, Morgan Rogers is a prime example of someone who does that exception.
Right,
Like,
Ryan, if you
so
see,
let's just one side. Let's just play a hypothetical game for a minute. Right. There's two people having an argument about a team that can't progress the ball. And there's certain people in the chat and in the conversation that are actively saying that there's this one key person in midfield that 90% of the time Liverpool built through this person last season to help progress the ball. But what's the problem is the foundation in and around that. The other person is talking about we can't progress the ball because the right back's gone and the centre back's not good, when that was only 10% of the time. Where's the biggest problem in that?
We
The
literally had a
90% of the
cheat
time
code
it's
at
not
right
working.
back who could fire
It's like
balls into
Gravenberch.
midfield as well.
Say that again, Ryan.
Because
Say that one.
We literally had a cheat code in right back who could fire balls into the midfield and up to
Yeah,
Salah
he did
as
help.
well. Like,
Trent was a part of it, 100%.
he was
Trent
a
was definitely
Yeah.
huge part
But
of it.
who
what I'm saying is,
If you actually look at it, our build-up in the second half of the season wasn't as good because what teams were doing is they were shutting off Gravenberch, opposition teams. We had no other avenue to really pass through because Trent got injured in the
Nope.
second half of the season as well.
not true, because then what did we do? Who came deeper into the half space?
He didn't as much as what you think, McAllister, though. McAllister a
I'm not
lot of
talking
the time
about
played as the
McAllister.
left
I'm
with
not talking about
Ramsgate.
McAllister. I'm not talking about McAllister. Who came into the half space? Szoboszlai.
Diaz.
And we
Szoboszlai,
built out
Diaz.
through the sides, and Diaz on the other side, and we built out on the outside.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Oh,
can't
nah,
come
our
back like
build-up
that.
was
There was no
That's
Trent
right.
then.
Our build-up declined in the second
You've
half
just
of
said
the
there was
season.
no
It was
Trent
obvious
then.
to see.
We
And it's
still
not even
progressed the
worse
ball
this
fine and
season
still won the
after
league.
Trent
with it.
going.
you think you might miss Trent more than you thought so?
No,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
No.
I still think you still have a get out of jail free card with his passing. So it is a miss, but it's not. It shouldn't be as much. Of a miss.
Going
biggest
forward,
miss. It's the biggest
in
miss.
order, for perfect example, right? There is times where teams would sit in the low block and Trent could fire a 60-yard pass, which would get us out. We missed that aspect, right? But in terms of the actual overall build, Ryan's put so much emphasis and weight on it. That's not our problem. Defensively,
Yes,
it's not defensively. He was awful. Like defensively, Trent was never good. So defensively, we don't miss Trent.
Which one of our back line can pass the ball forward apart from Van Dijk?
You don't, bro. I thought we discussed this. You don't need to
Which-
be. You
apart
don't need
from
to
Van
pass
Dijk,
the
which
progress
one-
the
You
who
ball.
don't
our
need to
back
be
line
there.
can
Yeah.
build
Why
it.
are you
but
fixated about
he
backline?
keeps
You
going
don't
on
need
about
the.
this point because he just got
Of course our
absolutely
back line's
schooled with the
important.
90% Gravenberch thing.
Can
We
I
progressed the ball through
See,
Gravenberch in
Ryan,
midfield.
Can I
last season.
also say
Ryan,
the
yes,
greatest ever right back? I mean, for me, in my opinion, one of the greatest ever right backs, and was never a great passer of the ball, but he was so good at carrying it. His name was Cafu. That was one of his best attributes, was that his ball carrying, his progression was because he wasn't able. No one was able to tackle him because he was so good driving up the field.
And then on the left-hand side, you had Roberto Carlos, whose
Who had
strengths and
both.
attributes were
Both.
Both. He can do
He could
both.
pass and he could also drive.
Yes. See, one more thing for me in this issue was we are not controlling the games. That is main issue for me. We have to control the last season. If you see, I have a
Block
defensive
chance.
stability because of Ryan. 1 minute. Because
Danny
of our
Alves.
midfield. See, this totally our midfield. I said to Flawless, and I argued with Flawless for 1 hour. That's why Flawless, I said I want midfielder. I wanted one new midfielder. That's why I know Slot is want to change. That's why I wanted Stiller, because Stiller can do both. He can control the game. He can pass from the deep. He can do both. That's why I wanted Stiller.
how much is wrong pages to say that.
I would be quiet.
No. Big up Omar for the raid as well, man. Are you lot not entertained? Run up the likes. Big up my guy Omar BYT. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Everyone joining over for the raid special edition of the Q&A with everything that's going on Liverpool. Shout out to Liverpool.
Realistically,
Go on.
the biggest problem Liverpool have this season is our midfield. That's our biggest problem. Not right back, not left back. It's midfield. We can't sustain attacks. We can't progress through midfield.
McAllister. I'll tell you what's happened this season. I'll tell you what's happened this season. That's another issue. Because Slot has been here for over a year, he's developed favourites. That's the issue that's happened as well. Slot, when he came in last year, because he was new to the job and he didn't really make any signings, he didn't have favourites. He didn't have loyalty to any players. You know, hence why he took Quanta off after 45 minutes in the first game of the season. Now he's developed favourites, hence why he keeps playing McAllister even though he's out of form. Bradley keeps playing and he's shit. Kirkes keeps playing and I don't know why, because he's shit as well. Bradley, Kirkes and McAllister all need to be dropped, yet he keeps playing them. He's developed favourites. That's the issue as well.
Ryan, before I go, I just one question. What do you think in this team? If what is your main problem, defense or midfield? In this team,
Defense
what
or-
you are seeing as a problem?
Both, because I think.
No. I'm asking just make no. This is yes or no, Ryan. Midfield or defense? What is the biggest problem for us?
I think they both go hand in hand
No,
together.
one or the other.
I can't
bro.
pick.
No,
I can't pick one that's
no.
worse.
No,
I
won't say
personally
because
think
it
the
doesn't
back line's
suit
our
his
biggest
agenda.
issue, because I don't think it can be fixed until January at the earliest. I think if you put it, I think you can actually find the correct midfield, but I struggle to see. But I think in terms of personnel, our back line, we've got the wrong fullbacks, and our centre back issues are also there as well. Because Kanate also has been really
Ryan,
inconsistent this season.
our what is our best game? What is our best 45 minutes or best games this season? Everton, first 30 to 40
Either
minutes
the
good.
second half
Atletico
against
Madrid,
Arsenal, the first half against Atletico,
Arsenal,
or
second half,
the second half against Arsenal, or
yeah.
the first half against
Everton
Atletico.
at home.
Everton at home was half
Everton
an
at
hour,
home.
which was good.
Yeah. Why? Because of why we got McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai.
Yeah, but then against Arsenal second
Simple.
half, we played a midfield of Jones, Gravenberch, and Wirtz. and we were the better team against Arsenal second half.
Yeah. You see. That is the point. There is ball carriers there. There is pressing there, and Arsenal are not pressing like us other teams. That is my That is straw point. That is Ram point. That is my point. Was our midfielders are main issue right now, not defense. See, people are other teams are passing our midfield easily because there is holes in our midfield.
Yeah, because that being said, Arsenal's players are not the best at progressing the ball.
Yes, they are.
You know who?
But
who would you say is an excellent
Zubimendi.
One player.
No.
One player is
defensively? I'm talking defenders.
Zubimendi,
defenders.
Yeah.
All of the defenders are good at progressing the
No,
ball.
one player.
Calafiori can do it.
Calafiori.
Calafiori or Timber.
Gabriel, Saliba,
Calafiori to
Timber, all of
Timber.
them can do it.
I don't think they're nothing exceptional.
No,
Yes,
no.
Flawless
No.
Calafiori is the only one that
Calafiori can do that.
Yeah. I'd put
Yes.
Lex.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go on.
Calafiori can do that.
I put what's it called? Calafiori, yeah, more so, but him even more so. I'd say it's more. That's just me though. Gabriel, yes, I think they're good passes. Don't get me wrong,
And
but
Skelly.
we're talking, but progressing it
Saliba's
and being
a
a
great
good
passer
passer
as well.
is different. Is different things.
This is what we're talking about, Flawless.
Like
There's
you can be
different
like,
ways
do
of
I think
progressing
all
the
good
ball.
passers of the ball? Yes. Do I think Saliba's a good passer of the ball? Yes. But there's not many times I've watched Arsenal and Saliba's whipped a ball through the lines into Rice or Zubimendi, and I've gone, whoa, look how he's turned it around.
No, but
That's just me, though.
Zubimendi and Rice progress the ball as well.
I think Zubimendi does. I don't think Rice
No.
is a good
Rice
progressor
does.
of the ball.
Right,
Yeah,
I think
Zubimendi
Rice
does.
is
No,
passing
Rice
is
is not.
underrated,
No,
to be
no.
Rice
honest.
This
progresses
is the
by
point we're talking.
ball
He
carrying.
can carry it. He can carry the
He
ball.
can carry it as well,
Different,
but I
yeah.
think his passing is
But
good
his
as well.
passing,
To be
he's
fair.
not a good. He's not like trying to think.
Gravenberch.
Gerrard.
No, because Gravenberch
Yeah,
can't
like
pass
he's
as
not
yeah.
well.
like I'm talking like he's a Javi Alonso on the ball. No, that
Yeah.
to
He's
me,
not.
maybe
I'm not
we're
saying he's
talking different
that,
levels.
but
Javi Alonso's a
Or Ge-
great
or Gerrard.
progressor of the ball to me.
Or Scholes. Or Gerrard.
They're great progress. We're talking so like that's what it is. Can he carry it? Yes. But the point is, I'm making. I don't think there's a massive difference between Arsenal defensively and Liverpool defensively when we talk about their defensive players progressing the football.
there's
not a
massive
huge
difference. There's massive.
Flawless.
there isn't huge.
There is
Massive,
a
massive
See, he's just doing
Flawless,
too much.
there is a difference between difference Arsenal and Liverpool is structure. Defensive structure is a difference. The defensive structure is a difference from Arsenal and Liverpool.
Yeah, then
For
blame
me,
Baldy, innit?
I said from so many start of the season, midfield. If we can control our midfield, defense can take our issues. Fine, control the midfield. That's it. Engine, our foot. See, football. In football, midfield is our engine. If engine breaks down, attack won't click, defense won't click. Right now, midfield is not working. I said you can ask Flawless from pre-season onwards. I said midfield is not looking good, Flawless.
You did say
Then
this.
defense was not good.
You said this from Wade,
Pre-season,
like early
pre-season in
yeah,
Japan.
Yeah, you were saying, hey,
In Japan, I said
midfield. Yeah.
No, I sensed it. Slot want to change it. See, I okay. Slot want to change it. I'm fine with it, but you have to have some defensive cover for that.
This is why
You can't open like that.
But people don't want to hear it.
This is what
Fuck off, man. I'm out. Flawless, big up. I'm out.
Sai, blessings, man.
Yeah,
Big up,
Sai.
Sai, every single time. Maybe I didn't even want to go down this rabbit hole. What was I even go ask about?
what we saying?
Ryan literally made Sai rage quit, bro.
Ryan,
Hey,
say that again. I didn't hear it.
Ryan, say it, bro. Go on, say it, bro. Ryan,
This
say
is
it.
why Arteta tactically is better than Slot.
Right, okay, so let's just go there for a
Go
second.
back.
Why is Arteta tactically better than Slot?
Look at the way.
What does he
Arsenal
do?
play.
What does he do
Arsenal-
differently?
Arsenal are just so controlled. Arsenal dominate teams. What do we do?
No. You're not answering my question. You're making a statement. Answer my question.
He's got you there.
What does Arteta do tactically that Slot doesn't?
He's
just to
implementing
clarify,
that
for me,
possession
is it the
stuff
control?
way better than ours.
Those that might not know the backstory, like me and Stroll worked together early, like at the start of this thing. So his no nonsense approach is very much like mine. Just want to say, sorry, go on.
By the way, we don't want no basic bitch analysis, please. Thank you.
Oh, good. Yeah, I just see it, Lex. Yeah, joke man. Just seeing this. Right, one second.
Ryan,
I'm sending
still
it
waiting.
now. Make sure it's the right one. Cause that go.
Go on.
Look at the way Arsenal play compared to us.
guy loves glazing Arsenal, you know.
Please
It's crazy.
explain how they play.
But you're not giving
always glazing
context. You're
Arsenal.
just
Yeah,
saying
because
statements.
when I
Liverpool's
don't
not going
win
to win the
nothing, it's
league this
glazing.
season.
All right, well, let's see. But the point is, you've glazed them before this season.
But Ryan, you're
Got
avoiding the
Arteta
question.
generational manager. He's got Arteta generational manager, to be honest. So there you go.
No, he hasn't.
Ryan,
Yeah,
what is
He
it?
is. He actually
Now
is.
stop.
People
Right,
don't
stop
realise.
letting him off the hook. We're letting him off the hook.
That's your time. Your flow's yours.
sorry,
man.
yeah,
Answer
yeah,
the question.
I'm just
Flow's
listening.
yours, yo. Because this press is ridiculous, yo.
Answer the question.
To anyone who
What
have
do you
done
mean?
this,
What's the
I
question?
apologize. Ask him again.
I'll say the
Phil,
question
ask him.
again for the 20th time. What does Arteta do tactically that Slot doesn't?
Coaches are better off the ball structure. Coaches are better
No.
on the ball structure.
Stop there. Because there's Arsenal fans in the chat, and every single one of them agreed with me when I said they press in the exact same structure. The
They
only
don't. They
difference is the
really don't.
personnel in the structure. Every Arsenal fan just agreed with me in the chat.
They really don't. Look how compact Arsenal are. Arsenal, literally, look how structured they are. Look how compact they are. Look how controlled they are when they're in possession as well. Literally, I think, what was it? Oh, a Fulham player said it the other day. Was it Sander Berg? Who said that you just can't play through Arsenal?
They
Why
are
is that?
defensively.
Why?
They are
No, but
defensively
why
very good.
is that? Why is that? Why is
Yeah,
that?
why is that?
Don't come up with
Because
statements. I need
Arteta's
to tell
got
us
them set
why.
up brilliantly.
No,
What is
why
the
is
setup?
that?
Slot is setting us up like a
Why are you talking about
championship
Slot? We're talking
team.
about Arteta.
Tell us what he's setting up that's making it so elite.
I mean, it's just obvious from watching the two teams.
It's not obvious because you're not telling us anything that's obvious. So stop saying stuff and tell us what the actual context is.
God, you guys, honestly.
Yeah, he's not
Because I think
All
offensively
we
they
have
have
is
so
we have
much
more
potential, but they're
individual
not
quality
using it.
than them.
Why are you
You say
talking
left.
about us? Why are you still talking about us? Tell me what Arteta does differently.
Yo, finish
Slot.
this fucking question, bumbleclot, question. Ryan, why do you exist?
I love it, man.
That's the fucking question.
Look, you guys
Lex,
might
let me-
look. You
but we
guys are getting
spoke-
angry. You guys wait
Brother,
until our bold sword is handing Arteta
you
his
realize
first league
that the
title.
best me ever see my team I buy players and I do this wonderful shit and Slot here and ruin it. Who gives a fuck what Arteta is to Slot from what he's not to fucking Slot? Who gives a fuck? Me just wake up in a flawless. I don't know if you see my message when you just start the stream.
Yeah.
I know my bed, me then me lie down, my message, I'ma just drop asleep. Me just wake
See,
up.
I messaged you back in the chat as well. Cause I asked you that beforehand. Before I started the stream, I sent you, as you seen, I sent you the message.
I know me wake up to Ryan and do this shit. Who cares? Who cares? What do you mean? Arteta tactically better than who gives a fuck?
He is though.
Let me say something. This is the
let
first
me
time I've
ask you-
seen this is the first time I've seen Lex pissed like
Oh yeah,
this.
you just need to watch the Yardman show, man. Just watch the Yardman show.
Bro,
And that's
bro.
come up.
Bro,
He said the same shit about Arteta. He's like, why you
Lex,
exist?
Lex.
Why Arteta exists? Him
You're
now
the
win a trophy. All him do finish second, but me have to listen to Ryan and talk about him tactically better than Slot.
He is. Slot
So
put out
what?
handing him a league
So
title on a
fucking
plate
what?
this
Stop
season.
this fucking Gen Z fucker, blood.
Hey.
So what? Him not have no trophies to show feet. Him
Yo,
not
the
have nothing
irony,
to show feet. Him just fancy. Him just like a fucking chandelier when the electricity don't go through. What is your purpose?
Oh shit. All right, yo, Lex, let me ask you, man. Your on the whole, because many fans slot out. It's been a topic of conversation. Where do you stand with that?
Bro, listen, him not gonna just ruin my football life like this. I'm not care if him win the league last season. Now it's supposed to be the dynasty. You get a bunch of players. Now it's the time to kick on. Fix it or fuck off.
First.
Lose the next game, and that is it. We can't lose 5 fucking games in a row.
We're going to.
Well.
Is him not even as likable as fucking Klopp, blood? Yo.
Nah, fans, I hear it, man. Because if he does, because you lot could lose to actually, Ram, you know this. How good are Frankfurt? It gonna cause you lot problems.
Better than Galatasaray and
They
fucking
scored
Crystal
so many
Palace,
goals,
don't
man.
it?
Frankfurt's
Don't it?
goal scoring.
Can
man.
I, Lex?
They
Can
concede a
I
lot, though.
can I say
Frankfurt
this?
concede a
Go
lot,
away.
though.
Better
Go on,
than
man.
Manchester United.
Yeah, the better than
Manchester United will fucking beat them. And them,
Lex,
you know what?
Lex,
Fuck this shit.
Oh, Lex, can I say this? Yeah. It's probably good he didn't hear that because I don't think he would like this. So flawless.
90% of that was Ryan.
Flawless. Yeah.
Sorry, man. What's funny is there's a clip where he's talking about Arteta and he's like, why him exist? I'm trying to find it. I can't remember if I've uploaded it or not, but it's hilarious. Sorry, go on.
So you see the team we lost, Galatasaray 1-0.
Yeah.
Frankfurt at home beat them 5-1.
What? Frankfurt beat who 5-1? Sorry.
Galatasaray 5-1.
Yeah, I swear Galatasaray's win against us was like their first win at home in the Champions League for like years.
For a very long
We're
time.
so shit, man. Oh my god.
There's two players. You're not.
That's the greatest crash out I've ever seen. You know?
Bro, I did.
You in the chat clip that, man. We need that from beginning to end, yo.
Yo, Ryan.
I haven't seen TV extra. That's going out, people. Yo,
Ryan, you have some way.
Two people crash out. You know, from two different continents. We got the Indian version and the Jamaican version. Yo, it was great.
Me. Blame the bold guy for all this, man, not me.
Nah, do you know what it? You always this is the four of us. This is like a throwback here because we have to deal with Ryan's stupidness for the last 5 years. Well, me 5 years. I know for these man up top, it's probably about 10. You know, what I mean?
Jesus, yo, this is great, yo. That crash out, man. Man just woke up on the side, yo. Let's just stop this.
But on Frankfurt, the Cam Chan, what's his name? Flipping Chan Özin and Burkhardt are two big problems. If we don't fix up, those two are going to have a field day together. That's what I'm saying.
How would Arteta set up against Frankfurt?
Jeez, yo, you trying to make Lex join back?
Arsenal would win that game, and Arsenal would win that game 100%, man.
They got Atletico next. Well, Ryan. I'm really close. I'm really close to my mic now. If Arsenal lose against Atletico, is Arteta truly better than Slot because Slot beat Atletico?
So.
Maybe so. If Arteta loses against Atletico, but we beat them,
one game.
No. Ram. This is a better question. Ryan, if you could swap managers right now,
now
would you take Arteta over Slot?
Yeah,
you know that. Oh, come on, man. You know what he's gonna say.
He swapped his dad right now for Arteta. I'm telling you.
Okay, that's a bit far.
Ryan, do you think Arteta is 16 out of 10?
Stop it, man.
See, that's like, yeah.
He's a better manager than Slot, I think.
Is he better than Klopp?
No.
Okay,
Prime Klopp, no way. No way he's better than Prime Klopp, no.
Is Arteta the best manager in the league right now?
Yes.
Over Pep Guardiola?
Right now, yeah.
By the way,
I think Pep's a bit washed.
Whoa. Can I say something? This is the first time this is the first time in my life I've seen Pep Guardiola change his style of play and get it to work. In my life.
Wait. I agree, but can we just talk about the fact that you just said that Pep's washed?
I think he's a bit washed.
I'll tell you better than Pep is crazy work, yo.
That is the
right now.
I don't know
better.
what kind of
what clip done. What clip done? See what clip do you want me to play? What is it?
60 hours. That's my tool. This
is the irony, people like that's why I was laughing at what Lex where he was saying. I won't play the full clip. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV Extra, people, because it's amazing. Look, like this is it right here. Check. I only play a bit of it. Look. 1 second. And he said the exact same to Ryan. It's mad. There it is.
Yo, Arsenal, fire Arteta for me, please. Bumbuckler, I'm sick of this shit. Fire him. Where exist for? I'm sick of this fucker. Every week we're Arteta is this. Arteta, man, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Him not have no use, blood. Him not good. Just get somebody, find somebody. Go. Take 10 Hawk from Leverkusen. Anything to get rid of this blood club, brother, man. Get rid of him. All the fuck we talk about Arsene Wenger and Arteta. That makes sense?
Look when I talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Alex Ferguson, brother.
So you're saying, Lex, is it's not close between the two of them, yeah?
Close,
It's not
flawless,
close at what?
flawless, flawless. You know. Yeah. All right, yo.
Yeah, understand it, brother.
But you're sick.
Me tell you.
Brother, Arsenal buy a Nintendo Switch, load up Mario, and I play as Luigi.
Second.
The man that buy a Mario game and can't play Mario. Not about Luigi.
Luigi blood.
That's a second.
Yo, that's a proper flawless belly laugh. That's a trust me, that is a
You
proper
go check out the
belly
full
laugh.
clip, man. Go check out the full clips. It's on the Sarcasm Shout Out Prime. It's on the Sarcasm City TV Extra YouTube
Prime.
channel. Make sure you go subscribe, man.
Prime,
Prime is all the clips.
I'm going to take a question.
Come to me.
Wait, Prime, I'm going
to go back and be a dead horse, but can we please go back to, because Ryan didn't tell us why Arteta was tactically better than Slot.
You know you ain't
He
getting
got
no
interrupted where he got absolutely shouted at and crumbled and shit his pants, but he did not answer the question.
Whew.
I think Ryan's still on mute. I don't know if he knows if he's on mute.
Yeah, he's on
Sorry,
mute.
he's on mute.
Yeah.
His team is much better coached than ours, and that's down to the manager. Way better coached.
Define.
Play
But,
more
no,
like
but why is
Arsenal.
it way better coached?
Define, please. I don't understand.
Because they actually look like a team.
No. I need you
They're
to
better
speak
out of
specific.
possession than us. They're better controlling the game than us. They're just better than us in pretty much every aspect.
That's a point. Now, please provide evidence to that point.
My eyes.
Eyes. Beauty to the eye of the beholder.
Wait. Ryan, do you mean the same eyes that said that Salah was a bum?
Did he compare Salah? Did he say that Salah was right wing Lukaku?
Yeah.
That was.
Do you mean those eyes?
That's a classic. That's a good one.
I flawless. I never stuck that.
good
That's
one,
never
yeah.
escaped my mind, bro. It's never
Yeah.
escaped my mind.
Yeah.
So the better out of possession when they press in a 4-4-2. There's no +1 at the back.
It's a different press, but whatever.
It's not a different press. They press in a 4-4-2. Every Arsenal
Look at
fan
the
in
way
chat
they
can
play
say they
with
press
the
in a
ball as
4-4-2.
well. It's light years clear of us. Light years.
Please explain again.
They
Explain
just lack a little bit of final third quality. That's literally all they lack.
again.
But that's
wait.
down to player quality.
No. Surely if Arteta's the Messiah, he should be able to coach the quality in the attacking depth, no?
Yeah, man.
No, because there's only so
Do you
much.
mean no?
Like Gyökeres is shit.
Well,
whoever
you've
plays
said
left
that
wing
most of
for
our
them
players is shit, but you're
Like,
blaming Slot for our players being shit. But when Gyökeres is shit because it doesn't suit the Messiah's fucking message, suddenly
Slot's playing
that's
the
not good
wrong
enough.
players.
You say Lex, man.
Is it
Here we
back?
go.
I don't know if I'm helping the situation, but this is funny, bro.
Well, yeah, you lot run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel,
Well,
man.
can I
Make
ask
sure you do so.
Stroh and Ram a question?
Of course, man. Feel free. Ask him a question. Feel free.
Can how long do you give Slot to actually turn this around?
That's actually a good question. I'm surprised.
Hey, I've actually
Let's go,
stopped.
man.
I've actually stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good question.
Let me get the next matches up.
Frankfurt, Brentford, Palace.
So that's 3. One sec, I'll pull out your fixtures now. Give me a
Then
second.
we got Villa and City after that.
If we
Yeah,
lose
we got
if we lose both games at the end of the week, I'm seriously having conversations about this guy.
And what about sacking him?
No, about what he's doing. What is he doing?
6 in a row.
6 in a row would be mental.
So here's your next.
That would be 7 in a row. That would be
So
7 in a row.
So away at Frankfurt in the
Nah, it'd be
Champions League.
6.
Away to Brentford. One sec, Ryan. Away to Frankfurt in the Champions League. Away to Brentford in the Premier League. Then at home to Palace Carabao Cup. Home to Aston Villa Premier League. Home to Real Madrid Champions League. Away to Manchester City. So that's your
We
next
might not
6
win any of those games.
for the next international break.
Shut up, man.
So Stroh, you said Frankfurt, Brentford.
No. I was saying there are next 3 fixtures.
All right, okay. So yeah, to Ryan's question, how long are you lot giving him? If he does lose to Frankfurt and Brentford, which I actually don't think he does, what you lot saying?
He will.
How do you know that he will? Who will?
This guy, man, just like loves saying shit.
I mean, it's obvious the way we're
I'm
playing.
not
We are
asking for
not
prediction.
winning
I'm saying
those games.
hypothetically, if he does, then what is it? If he loses the next two,
By the way, the Frankfurt team basically have only 2 players that I'm truly worried about. Everybody else, I'm not worried about. That's it.
Yeah, they'll still beat us. We only just managed to beat
Watch
Burnley
Frankfurt.
last minute
Even watch
through a
Frankfurt.
penalty.
No question, Ryan. Do you even know where they are in the league?
They won tonight 2-0, didn't they? Against
No, they
West Ham?
didn't. They played last night. They drew to Freiburg, and Freiburg are.
Oh, I
if
thought you meant
I'm not
Brentford.
mistaken.
I thought you
No,
meant
no,
Brentford.
I'm talking Frankfurt, bro.
I know with Frankfurt they score a lot of goals but concede a lot. That's what I know about them.
In 7 games, they've conceded 18 goals.
How
and
many
scored
they scored?
19?
Literally, I don't see us winning any of the next 6. Maybe Villa, but we might beat Villa.
all right. So let me ask you then, Ryan. Let me ask you then. Where do you draw the line with Slot then? Because you're not Slot out currently. So where do you draw the line?
I'd give him
you're
up
saying you
until
don't
the
win
next
any
to
of
the
the
next
next 6.
international break.
But you
to
said
be
you don't
honest
win
with
any
you.
of them 6.
Oh, he has to go then. If you
No,
don't win
I
any
know,
of the
no,
6,
Ryan,
he has
listen
to
what
go.
I'm saying.
Ryan, that was the
no,
question.
Ryan,
Was just
yeah, I'm asking you the question. You're saying you don't think you win any of your next 6. So I'm saying when
No,
do
I'm saying
you?
we might not win any of the next 6.
Okay,
That's not what you
so
said.
but do you? All right, now it's changed.
I
Cool.
said we might beat Villa.
Okay, the point is I'm making is Ryan. Where do you draw the line? So if you lose your next 2, what are you saying then? If you lose to Frankfurt and Brentford, I'm not asking what your predictions are. I'm saying if it happens. So you lose to Frankfurt and you lose to Brentford, which would then be that what 6 games in a row? 6 games in a row you would have lost. Would you be Slot out then?
Maybe not.
Right, okay, so if it's 5, if we don't win, so if we lose 5 out of the next 6, then
Oh
what?
yeah, I'd be Slot out 100%.
Yeah, but at what point?
You're giving him the whole international till the international break.
Yeah, I'd want to see where we are after the City game.
What about you, Ram?
I'm looking at it right now. If we're in the because I always have a good gauge of what's happening in December, like halfway through the season. If we are no longer in the title race, if we're say around about 10 or 11 points behind Arsenal in the title race this season, I think we shouldn't extend his contract. He should leave at the end of the season, unless he wins the Champions League. If we're outside of the top 5, I'm considering getting him sacked.
Oh yeah.
If we're outside the top 5 and Champions League qualification may be in doubt after 19 games, he's getting sacked.
First. What you saying about it, Si?
Things can change.
Where do you pull the plug, Si? Where you're like, all right, enough's enough. Yeah, no stress. Same to you, Stro. Same question to you. Where does he have to win? Because it's at a point now where draws ain't even enough.
Yeah.
No, like I think we beat Frankfurt. I think we beat Brentford. The Palace one's I'm there. It's a sticky one because it's a cup and obviously they're our bogey team. I think we beat Villa. Real Madrid's always a weird one. I'm looking at that City game for me. That's
we're gonna get hammered by
test
City, bro. Oh, we're gonna get battered.
That's a big test.
But we're up against a washed Pep Guardiola. Surely we shouldn't get battered.
He was still better than us and have a freak up front who's scoring bloody every single game. It's not hard to beat us at the moment. They're gonna destroy us. Haaland will get a bloody first half hat trick.
But again, it doesn't corroborate with what you're saying. If Pep Guardiola is washed,
I don't think Pep Guardiola can win the league this season. That's why.
So that's why he's washed.
By his standards, yeah, that's washed.
No, but you can't basically use the outlier as a standard. You can't literally use the outlier as his standard. The outlier is being the greatest manager of all time.
Yes, and compared to that, he's washed compared to that now, I think. I don't think he's that level anymore. for me.
Is he still world class?
Yeah.
So then he's not washed.
No, because I don't think he wins the league this year.
Am I bugging? If you're a world class
No,
manager,
it's just Ryan doesn't know what he's
It's not
saying.
what he. Pep Guardiola isn't what he's declined from what he was.
Put Ryan
a
in the
few
middle,
years
please,
ago.
because he's getting cooked now. But put him in the middle. He is on trial right now.
Well, yeah, I don't think Pep Guardiola will win them the league this season.
Right, but so that means you've just said he's world class, but he's washed.
Nah,
The two
because he's
don't go
he's
in the
not better
same
than our. You gotta
conversation.
remember, no, Stroll. You gotta remember, he's not better than our.
He's a world class manager because of what he's done in the past.
Generational manager. Remember,
Right,
Arteta's generational.
let's dissect that for a second. Why is Arteta a generational manager?
Can we not use that word, please?
No. Let's just.
Yes, I agree.
I'm intrigued. I'm
Generational.
intrigued
In
to
all right
know the
side.
theory. What does Arteta do that makes him a generational manager and the best manager in the league?
I think as a coach, he's amazing. Like, I'll be honest.
Why is he amazing? Give me
Because
context.
I think the way he coaches, the way he sets his team up is just really, really good. Like, genuinely really good. I honestly wish we'd play more like that.
Even Klopp never got labelled with that tag. Klopp had never been labelled as a generational manager, ever.
I think Klopp was. I'll be honest. I think Klopp was generational.
Wait. But go on. Ram, carry on.
I was gonna say, if you're comparing both managers, you're comparing Klopp, who's retired and is done with his career. Then you can say, looking back, yes, he was a generational manager. This is a manager that hasn't won anything, probably won an FA Cup.
But he's still really young. You have to remember that.
So why are you calling him generational? The only manager that I know in the history of football that was called generational at a young age was someone called Jose Mourinho.
Okay, well, I should have rephrased. Maybe he's a generational talent as a manager. He will be a generational manager. That's my opinion.
Talent. Again, Mourinho was called a generational talent when he won a treble. And I'm not talking about the treble. I'm talking about a treble when he won the UEFA Cup and the Portuguese League.
Ryan, did you know
Cup.
there's only 3-4 years between Slot and Arteta?
Hello.
Yeah, but Slot's managing like a dickhead this season. So.
No. But you've just said, but you've got to remember that he's young. There's only a few years between
them. By the way, they managed
first managerial job.
Now, don't do that. Arteta and Slot have been managing the same amount of time. They started at the same time.
Yes, and I think Arteta's better than him.
Yeah, cool. Now I'm just saying about the young. Like, we can't talk about the age and the youngness and all that type of stuff. And like, oh, it's his first proper job. No, Arteta and Slot have been managing the same time. They started the same year, same season.
And I would much rather have Slot's trophy haul than Arteta's.
You'd rather have his trophy haul. I just think
Achievements.
I think if you gave Arteta our players, I think he'd win the league this season 100%.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
I think he defo does.
Right. What makes you say that he's a bottle job?
You don't have no one to progress the ball, Ryan.
Exactly.
And there's no structure in our press.
I don't know.
We're gonna score corners.
No, but we're talking about that from a
set piece FC.
we talking about
this brother literally goes into 90-minute fucking games playing for corners, but him tactically better than Bumbucklat slot.
Yes,
idiot, brother. Yeah, idiot.
I mean, he might get Van Dijk to break the record for most goals from a centre back from a defender. So there's that. Probably.
Give him Isak and Florian Wirtz and see what he does.
Give who what? Look how much things them a blood clot get Arteta from Wappy kill Bumbucklat filler. And him don't do nothing with it.
What's he gonna do with Gyökeres, bro? Gyökeres is shit, man. He's just another Nunes.
Yeah, man. Gyökeres like just this year him did it. Years I get this brother a million things. The man them talk about how him great. I don't know me can't see what the greatness there.
Weren't you the same brother? Wait, Ryan, weren't you the same guy that said that you didn't want Ekitike at the club?
Yeah, I didn't want him, but he's proving me wrong.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
I don't think he should be playing on the left, though, like what a lot of people want. But still, he's proving me wrong 100%.
So then the eye test is a bit flawed, so to speak, from your logic.
Yeah, I got it wrong about Ekitike.
Perform well. Prime says, question to Ryan, is Mikel Arteta the best manager in the world currently?
No.
Who is?
Top 3?
Luis Enrique is the best, I think, at the moment.
Is he top 3?
Is he top three? Top three performing managers right now? Yeah, I'd have him top three.
No, he is not. No, he is not. He don't even touch top 5.
He definitely.
Who's your
touches
5, Ram?
top 5.
Out of interest, since we're here. Who's your 5?
For me, it would be. Are we talking overall or just in general?
Overall, man.
Overall.
Yeah, we're going overall. Like we're going overall now for now. Like we just putting up like this manager versus this. Like we would play it.
Yeah, obviously Luis Enrique for me is the best at this moment in time.
So,
Pep Guardiola is still Pep Guardiola. Like I said, this guy's changed his system and now got a tune out of Manchester City, with a bunch of players that's not even his caliber of players or type of players that he would get.
They played pub teams recently, but okay.
Oh my god!
By the way, one of those pub teams was Arsenal, and if it wasn't for a goalkeeping mistake by Donnarumma, they would have won that game.
He just put 10 men behind the ball. That's literally what he did because he knew Arsenal were better than them.
Is that not what Arteta did at Anfield?
No, he didn't do that at Anfield. They dominated us first half.
No. Arteta does that all the time at the Etihad.
I think some things, sometimes, you just got to see the train going back and just don't say nothing.
Arsenal just didn't sit you back that day.
Sometimes you just have to just let certain things. You see certain, you're like,
legit.
You see some madness going on and you just look. And you just turn, you just carry on about your business.
Am I tripping, or did Arsenal get heavily criticised for the way that they played at Anfield and everyone was calling them a coward? Are we talking about the same Arsenal?
No, but Arsenal were the better team first half.
Big up to Don C, man. Says,
and they only lost because of the free kick.
Thank you, Ryan, for the entertaining for sure. Flawless man, then bless up, big up. Eddie, you lot in the chat. Any final questions on Liverpool people?
Can I remind Ryan that we did?
That's why I'm asking you lot. I'm asking the audience in the chat to take over, ask some questions before we close out.
We did put the ball in the back of the net before the free kick, yeah.
A disallowed goal.
Hey, brother, you know how to look on a game and analyze it? Or you just coming for chat shit, blood?
You know, Arsenal have conceded 3 Premier League goals this season.
Let it go. Hey, what you lot saying in the chat? I'm blaming the audience right now, man. What you lot saying, man?
All right, look, you said 5. You said 5, right? You said top 5. You said top 5. Xavi Alonso, miles better than Arteta.
100%.
Slot won the league over Arteta.
I'm going with you.
Hansi Flick easily.
100, yeah.
PSG, Enrique easily.
There you go,
Pep easily.
That's 5. Yeah.
I don't even know. We can continue. Iraola easily.
Lex, can we go? Can we also say Conte?
Glasner is an unbelievable shout, you know.
No, Glasner's not better than Arteta. You
were talking manager.
Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, man. Yeah. What? And win a trophy? Yes or no? Run me. What do you cast the manager name? Eddie Howe. And as a matter of fact, Sean Dyche, when Nottingham Forest with Chris Wood, run me that too. Fuck,
you're about to take it back like
fraud, blood. Because of the same thing. Are the same thing. Sean Dyche, Arteta, what the difference? What you call it? Atletico manager.
It's Simeone.
Yo, we can continue. Even Marseille manager. What name?
Zerbi. Antonio Conte. He won the league with Napoli.
They're Napoli. Yeah. Come on, man. Give me a break. Top 5.
So many.
You struggle for make the top 10, dickhead, because him finished second couple of years.
3 years, Lex.
I just also want to say Oliver Glasner
can't win a damn trophy. This fucker can't even win a damn trophy. But we in there, this brother there suck him off. You're a Liverpool fan. Have some shame, blood.
Oliver Glasner won Frankfurt their first European title in almost 4 decades.
Well, they won before that. Was it the UEFA Cup?
Yeah.
Arteta win a FA Cup, rebuild the entire squad with $1 billion and still can't win one fuck. Come on.
He's going to win it this season, though. So.
Yeah, he's going to win it. Watch.
We gonna see. We gonna
watch. Him can't even get Yuckers to score goals, and everybody will say, "Oh, it's Yuckers' fault."
Is shit though. That's why.
Yeah, all right.
Basically, Nunes.
You should still be able to get him to score goals, though.
He's basically Nunes. Like, come on.
You still
get Nunes to score goals.
You should still do better. Just Tony Bell.
I just think Gyökeres is terrible.
If you're getting players that you didn't want, don't manage. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, it's different with Nunes because we created about 4 or 5 chances for him. Well, Gyökeres, the only one I could think of was that one chance. That one chance.
Not as many as Nunes, though.
Not as many as Nunes. Not as many.
Yeah.
He's a volume guy.
Still there, Brazil. Come on. Man.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ancelotti, man.
Come on.
Hey, wait, Lex. We forgot Thomas Tuchel.
Tommy T.
He's another class manager. Thomas Tuchel.
Hey.
Man, them coming like, I'm tell you who Arteta I'm compare him to. With a brother named Southgate. Yeah, man. Same thing.
That's a shot, you know.
Yeah, because to be fair, England in the World Cup was practically set piece FC.
Legit.
Exactly. And so it's like this. Okay, then. Prove us wrong, Arteta. Win the league this year. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Meanwhile, which team is losing games from set pieces this season? Oh yeah, us. Yeah.
Go right ahead, Arteta. Go right ahead. We're losing right now. We're losing games from every piece.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you set them or not.
And apparently we don't win title races as well. So there's no excuses, isn't it? No excuses for Arteta.
I don't think it'll be a title race this season.
That's true. The thing is, had to be all these things he answered. So we gonna find out. But yeah, he has to spend all that money, 110%.
You should.
Anything else we spoke? Yeah, is anything else we not spoke about in regards to you lot? I think,
brother. Well, I never answer this, but me give Arne Slot the next lineup. Yeah, the next lineup. Man, I thought the next game. Man, I thought that the next lineup and tactical setup. Yeah, that's it. Next game,
yeah,
brother.
Wait till you see
next
Conor
game.
Bradley right back again.
Oh God.
He's the worst player I've ever seen.
I can't believe it. And you know what crazy is that it's so like things just a morph into this Ten Hag shit, bro. It just slowly a morph into this it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's very, very Ten Hag-esque. Very, very, very.
Take me back to last season, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that part.
Well, you can you get that again? Does he turn it around in your opinion, Ram?
Yeah, by just not being an idiot and just changing shit around.
No, not like how can he? I'm asking you, do you think he turns it? Do you think he actually turns it around?
If I say
or
something,
continue and he gets that.
Can you say that I will not get abused by the comments?
No, you won't get abused by it. Ryan's here, you know what I'm saying? You won't get abused. You know what I'm saying? Are you going strong? No, blessings, yeah? Every time, man. Big up, yeah? Blessings. Every time.
My main worry, and I've seen this far too many times.
I think I know what you're going to say. I don't think you get abused for it, but go on.
You see them Dutch managers, yeah? Them arrogance, the stubbornness, their ideals are always in front of everything else, even the betterment of the team. I personally don't think it's going to change. I personally don't think he's going to change anything. I think he's going to stay by his rules, his ideals. Heck, even I've seen Louis van Gaal and Johan Cruyff argue about their ideals of football. So I don't see him changing anything, in my opinion. If I do, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But I don't see it happening. Total football, innit? We attack as one and we defend as one. It is what it is, bro.
That's what you saying? What are you saying, Ryan? You reckon he's done? Or does he turn it around?
What do you mean by turning it around, though?
Starts winning games.
Nah, but literally getting draws, not winning games.
You lot, winning games and having you lot like where compete near the top of the table or top of the table.
Oh, we're not going to be near the top of the table. We're not going to.
Okay, so that's not turning it around then.
Then no, I don't think he'll turn it around now.
Okay, cool. That's what I was asking. He'll get sacked because if he not even continue, let's say he gets a little bit better, but if you lot are third, fourth, fifth, and off it, then he will get sacked.
If he finishes outside top 4, he gets sacked. 100%.
No, of course, but I'm
Like
saying before that, though, if the bad results and bad performances continue, is what I'm saying.
Like I said, flawless. If we're halfway through the season and we're like outside of the top 5, I may sack him there or then. If we're like 8 points behind in January, in December in 38 in 19 games, or like 10 or 11 points, then he's leaving at the end of the season unless he wins me the Champions League.
He isn't getting that contract extension anytime soon because obviously there's talks about him for a while being in talks for a new contract. Because I think his contract ends not the end of this season, but the end of next season.
You know, it ends this season.
No, it ends. I think it ends at the end of next season.
There's a
he
2-year
signed a 3-year
contract
when he signed for Liverpool. He signed a 3-year contract, so it ends at the end of next season. I don't think if and when he turns it around, I don't think until then he signs a new contract, and I don't think he deserves it at the moment. He needs to show he could turn this around, and he might end up starting to win some games, but by then it might be too late in terms of a title race. At the end of the day, we're already 4 points behind. What if it becomes 10 points before he starts winning games?
I don't think, but that's my point. Is I think he gets sacked before it gets to that.
But what if he loses? But if he loses the next 2 league games and Arsenal win their next 2 league games,
yeah, he could.
Does he get
like
sacked
I said, Ryan? If Champions League is in doubt,
10 points.
If Champions League if Champions League is in doubt in halfway through the season,
then 100%.
The club, I will say this: the club will sack him.
No, I agree with that.
That is major finances gone down the drain.
Yeah, no, I agree they'll sack him then because there has to be consequences for having spent that amount of money in the summer. There has to be consequences for that. But the thing is, it's like saying, I said if we find ourselves 10 points off top spot, that could happen in the next. What if we lose our next 2 league games or 2 of our next 3 league games and Arsenal win theirs? All of a sudden, it's 10 points. And that could be in the next couple of weeks. But I don't see him getting sacked in the next couple of weeks.
No, it's dependent on the 2 games in between that. Because you play Champions League, right? So it's
yeah, but I was just talking about the league at the moment.
No, but that counts though. You know what I'm saying? Like if you lot are losing games in the Premier League, but quote unquote, but flying in the Champions League, then that gives him more leeway. But if you're losing,
I don't know. I actually don't know, man.
So you think he could lose his next 4 games and keep his job?
Next 4 games: Eintracht, Brentford, Palace. If he loses the next 4,
see, so that's the point I'm making.
Yeah, but 2 of those are league games.
Yeah, because that adds into it, of course. But
I think the league is the most important thing they're looking at.
So it's not solely on the league. He just needs a win.
No, I agree. He needs a win, but I think it's especially in the league because when you've lost 3 games in a row in the league as well, and you suddenly find
if you lose the next 2 in the league, but win the 2 cup games, I don't think he'll get sacked.
I don't think he gets sacked. But to me, I if that happened, I would sack him.
Cool. So we found your thing. Fair enough. So if he loses the next 2 Premier League games, you done.
Yeah. The league for me is the most important thing for me.
Flawless. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to
dip as well.
All good, man. No stress, man.
Big up you, man.
I'm gonna close out, but big up you lot, man. Absolute real one. Shout out to you, Ryan. Big up Ram as well. Also, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to everyone in the chat. Real ones, man. Hey, big up, man. Every single time, Ram. Yeah, my guy. Every single time. Legs, what are you saying? I know you're saying yes. I know what you're gonna say. Yes, he must. But where do you draw the line? Where you're like, all right, game
line
out.
Draw already flawless. We lose 4 games in a row. Like, mate, stop. Me tell you about this, you know. You know, realize all the women I say and I shout and I get upset. You don't realize that the line draw? Are you still ask me this? How long we are flawless? When you plan to stop this? Big man team.
Yo, I didn't. I know you was all right. So you just get rid of him today. You'd be like, hey, you know what?
No.
Right now. I was okay. So what's the turning point in the United game?
Brother, what do you mean? You see, you do it again.
What do I mean, yo? Like, what do you mean?
You plan to lose 4 games, 4 questions in a row, like flat.
I'm asking when the point was, yo.
4 questions in a row, like slut. All right, you have 2 more flawless.
Yo, what can I say, man? Like,
Fucking
I work with a
man.
lot of people, so I have to make sure, man. I've had to ask the question a lot.
Stressed,
People are at different points.
like,
People
bro,
are at
I'm legitimately stressed out.
Yeah, I know you're, but being stressed doesn't necessarily mean you manage it out. You lot are all stressed because you lost 4 in a row.
No. I know so that work. That bro, listen. No.
It don't work like that for you, but Liverpool fans are stressed everywhere. But not everyone's slot out.
Brother.
Listen.
You see, if we never do the things what we do, like for instance, if we reverse the seasons, and this is the same thing what we did say with Ten Hag. If we did reverse the seasons, fine. So if Ten Hag's second season was his first season and his first season is second season, fine. You should have messed it up last season, Slot. But you won the league. And then now we drop 500 mil. We don't get to take this year off.
Right.
You don't get to take this year off.
Yeah.
You just don't. And then, look, it's not even a case where you can see where he's changing things and doing this and doing that. The man lose to Chelsea and run back the same lineup for United after an international break.
Yeah, that's crazy, yo.
What am I do? Am I punish Ekitike and Wirtz?
Yeah, it's mad.
Like no one on the field, first of all, the only player who has been on the same level as Ekitike is Alisson. The goalkeeper, blood. So him can't get game because him hold up him shirt and get a red card. Let it go, brother. Let it go. And then Wirtz, what Wirtz do? Yeah, tell me, say, against a team that will afford you so much space like Manchester United, you chose to not start Florian Wirtz. Playing Szoboszlai in the camp. Is Szoboszlai a camp? Anybody, show of hands. Is Szoboszlai a camp? Boy, listen, no. Just bin him. It's not that difficult, brother. We spend money like Real Madrid, we have to be ruthless like Real Madrid. Bin him. If it, bro, the next, as myself flawless, the next starting lineup. The next starting lineup should not consist of Mo Salah, and it should not consist of Gakpo. I don't care. The only reason Cody Gakpo was allowed to catch Ekitike in goals is because of this rubbish was Slot doing, blood. Otherwise, it couldn't happen.
Yeah,
absolute insanity, fam. Absolute insanity.
I hear it.
Hammer him. You lose to hammer him. That's why, and that is why, because for instance, Javana said, oh, see, it wasn't a stupid question. The fact that we lost to Amorim made it a stupid question because it shouldn't be a question. The whole coming together of the thought process that you had to think and say, what if you lost to United? And I said, brother, that is a stupid question. I don't want to answer that. You know why? Because
the sheer thought is crazy.
It's crazy. And then it happened, which make it double crazy. Because now, man, just have a... Man not have a choice. People say, oh, you know...
Every time. Back tomorrow.
Give him a chance. This and that, blah, blah, blah. Brother, we're not United. We're not Arsenal. We're not Chelsea. We're not none of these sides. Bin him. All right, yes, him have enough credit in the bank. Fine if you want to think that. But I am seeing signs, brother. I am seeing signs. If it walk like a dog, if it bark like a dog, it's a fucking dog.
Facts. You ain't gotta go around the dog and get bit by it for it to be like, you know what, it's a dog. People gotta go over there and say, you know, I don't think it's a dog.
The dog over there, roof. Him have the squeaky bark like a pit bull. And you say, you know, and you climb the fence. Yeah, and you get bite. Yeah, that's what you need to get. You want wait. So what we're going to know is we're going to wait. Brother, look, my understand say it very sudden, and it has come after we won the league. But losing 4 games in a row for any manager is a big telltale. It's a big sign. It's a massive sign. Yeah. And then look, for instance, you can say, yo, the man them just fire Nottingham Forest just fire Ange for lose what 7-8 games in a row.
It was like 7-8 or something like that. Yeah.
And him get like a draw or 2 in there. Now listen. If you analyze the situation that this brother found himself in, you know, his first game was who? Arsenal, innit? This brother's first game was
whose first game was that?
Ange.
Oh, Ange, yeah.
First game was Arsenal.
Yeah, it was Arsenal. Yeah, it was Arsenal.
And then you analyze the fixtures. It's terrible, brother. Crystal Palace, Galatasaray, Chelsea, United. A depleted Chelsea, by the way.
Yeah, Chelsea fullbacks playing at centre back. So mad. No, you spam.
And you man, I get it. There's some people that will need time. There's some people that will say, you know, he won us the league last year. Let's just give him a chance. Listen to me now, brother. Listen to me now. The chance that you'll be giving him is just like giving Ten Hag a chance. It's just like at the first sign of incompetence, and it's not even. Yes, so for instance, if you see the 4 in a row with Ange, with any manager, you say, yo, his neck is on the chopping block. Winning the league to me does not mitigate the fact that you've just lost. You couldn't even get a draw out of these games. You've lost 4 in a row. And to be honest, Flawless, you know the United games count as 3 games.
I know what you're like. So
the first strike. So you lose to United. Yeah. You lose to United under Amorim, and you lose to United under Amorim at Anfield. Yeah. That's 3 games you lose. It's not even one. That's not, you did not lose 1 game. So people say 4 in a row. No, it's 7. It's 7. You just have to go. I'm sorry. There are better managers out there. We cannot afford this right now. We've spent too much money. We need to win the league. My money I talk about finish top 4. If it doesn't look like we can finish top 4, fire him. What? Finish top 4. One man look like Arsenal to you. Finish what kind of top 4? Brother, we still can't win the league. Fire this man now. I don't care. Art, it might be rushed or whatever you man in your little feelings want to talk about. It might be all of this. He can turn it around. Brother, I don't care if he can turn it around. The next lineup better turn it around, or he needs to turn around and walk through the door. It's very simple. It's not even difficult. It's not even difficult.
Hey, you lot can't say you're not entertained by this, man. Can't say you're not entertained. Sports Q&A special edition, you already know. But I say, yo, it's 8 Lexi Cave hammering back-to-back wins. Big up East, man. Big up East.
Lad. 8. A 4 game him lose. Him get him back-to-back wins. That you tell right.
Oh, shit, yo. Hey, why do you lot drop Lex's channel in the chat?
Unbelievable, bro.
One of the regulars put Lex's link to his channel in the chat, please. It's underneath in the description anyway, people. Also on the
unbelievable. Unbelievable, but still can't believe this.
Yeah.
The only positive is that at least you man are gonna keep Amorim now, for sure.
Yeah, we keeping him.
Yeah, for sure.
For a minute now.
So the man say, "Yo, we want to give him 3 years." Hey, listen, the man just stamp him 3 years, blood. Swear down.
I'm say that. Like I say, man, because
Hey,
that
man,
four
on the next game?
that 4 losses in a row. Hey, our next 3 games is tough. Brighton, Forest, and Spurs.
Are we?
Brighton at home.
But it don't even matter for you, man. You man get slapped no matter how much.
Yeah, exactly. Brighton always beat us at OT.
Yeah.
And then Forest Forest with Sean Dyche. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. And Spurs, we ain't beaten for 3 years. All right, man. Okay. But yeah, people, we're gonna close out. Love to everyone that's locked in.
Man, go live for some yeah, play pro clubs.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you pulling up. You about
for play pro clubs?
Yeah.
Send me the invite.
Pull up. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. Yeah, people. So we're gonna head over right now to the gaming channel, people. Heading right on now over to the. So before you leave here, hit the like button, subscribe right here, Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to Lex's channel. Who else was on there? Subscribe to Ram's channel, the Ram Stand. Subscribe to G's channel, GTV. You can catch Errol on the Redman TV. Trying to think, is there anyone else who was on there with the channel? I don't think so, people. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So yes, people.
Redman TV.
Yeah, the Liverpool channel.
What them the dip on the stream, eh?
Errol was here. Yeah. Errol's not Redman, not the main guys, but Errol does a lot of work over there.
Oh man.
Yeah. I shot him actually because you need to obviously you joined after when you joined he'd already gone. But yeah, definitely man need to link up. But yeah, Errol. So Errol on Redman, like I said, Ramstand, GTV, Lex's channel as well. Who else? I think that was it. So yeah, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. This will be going on all the audio platforms. We're redirecting now to the gaming channel, people. So as soon as you head over there, hit the like button, subscribe to Sarcasm City TV Gaming. Literally catch you lot, be live in like a couple minutes. Blessings.
Oh man.